Right. Hello there, folks. Hello, and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Ghono Football Fantasy. And of course, we are back for the last game week of the season. This is game week 38, which completes, I don't know, 9 months, right, Ashfaq? If my maths is correct, I'm poor in maths. So step in, Ashfaq.
Right. Just about right, yeah.
Just about right. Okay. You want to be precise about it, Ashfaq? Like how many days
No,
since we started?
no, I rarely go and contradict you because you're the host and also.
Okay. I'm glad. This is a footage that we'll keep in. So next time if I do see you contradicting, I'll just play the video. Yeah, Parvez, just শুরুতেই ওই যে আমাদের গেমে 38 এর যে এই সেকশনটাকে একটু কেটে just একটা ভিডিও বানায় রাখিস আর কি, just for future reference আর কি. Yeah. Rubayat, welcome. Good to see you, brother.
থ্যাংক ইউ ভাইয়া। যদিও আর টন করবো না, শুরুতে টন করে ফেলছি। বলি যে সিজন কেমন যাচ্ছে এবং সিজন শেষে ভাই কি এক্সপেক্ট করতেছেন আমরা, আপনারা কোথায় এসে দাঁড়িয়েছেন
সিজন শেষে কি এক্সপেকটেশন?
হ্যাঁ মানে
সিজন তো অলরেডি শেষ।
ওটাই আর কি,
সিজন তো অলরেডি শেষ। এক্সপেকটেশন মানে কোন এক্সপেকটেশন কার? লাইক মানে কি বলতে চাচ্ছ তুমি? একটু ঝেড়ে কাশো রে ভাই, ঝেড়ে কাশো। না একটু ঝেড়ে কাশো প্লিজ রুবাই, একটু ঝেড়ে কাশলে ভালো।
নেক্সট সিজনে আপনারা ইউনাইটেডকে কোথায় দেখতে চাচ্ছেন? মানে
আচ্ছা ইউ সি, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা নো দ্যাটস প্রিসাইজ। এই যে এখন দেখো, এখন মানে এই যে আমি এই জন্য ম্যানেজারদেরকে বলি আর কি, লাইক আই কিপ টেলিং এভরিবডি হু ওয়াচেস আওয়ার শো, লাইক if you're not telling us the budget, if you're not sharing us a theme, how do you expect us to rate? পারভেজ এই কথাটা বলে, আপনি ভাই বাজেট দিলেন না, আপনার ট্রান্সফার প্ল্যান বললেন না, আপনার টিম দিলেন না, আপনি ডিফেন্স দিলেন না, খালি বললেন কাকে নেওয়া উচিত। আরে ভাই আমি কিভাবে বলবো আপনি কাকে নিবেন আর কাকে বাদ দিবেন? আমি কিভাবে বলবো? So see, he asks very specific content, তাহলে স্পেসিফিক উত্তর দিতে পারে আর কি পারভেজ। You also have to be very specific, না ভাই? have to be very specific. এই যে এখন বললা যে ইউনাইটেড কোথায় শেষ করবে, যে সি আই থট ইট ওয়াজ লাইক সিজন মানে হলো এপিএল এ আমাদের র্যাঙ্ক কোথায়, কি অবস্থান আর কি, কেমন কি আর কি, এইটা জিজ্ঞেস করতেছিল। I just wanted to be very
missing side ভাই, I'm badly missing side.
He broke his promise, by the way. He said if Tottenham wins, he'll be back, but he didn't come. So he broke his promise, which is good. I'm glad he's not joining because I would have refrained from joining if he was joining today. I literally don't want to see his face over the next 1 month.
Or maybe he is secretly a United fan and you went out of Dhaka to hide his sorrows or something like that.
You never know. Yeah, Scousers being a scout. Yeah, Scousers being, yeah, it's okay. Now I mean, I wouldn't be surprised very soon, like, 10 years or 20 years down the line when Manchester United wins a trophy and, you suddenly see Saif is back in the show saying like, United has won and I'm so happy. And then everybody will be like, তখন already মনে করেন আমাদের যারা ফ্যান আছে আর কি, 9 যারা আছে, they'll all become old and they'll not bother like FPL নিয়ে তো bother করার কিছু নাই. So there'll be new people, new folks who will listen to Saif talking about how big Manchester United fan he was. Yeah, once upon a time he was a Liverpool fan. Of course, Ashfaq will be there still. He will be contradicting Saif in that case. But yeah, thanks Ashfaq. Thanks for bringing it up. Parvez, ki khabor? Alhamdulillah. Ashfaq, should I ask you how are you doing? I can feel your pain, brother. That's all I can say.
Yeah. So we'll have our own private discussion regarding sorrows, and we'll hug and cry at each other's shoulders, and there's all that, but I'd rather not discuss it on here. But I missed the game, and I'm kind of glad I missed it, because like I mentioned or told a few people, I'm glad I missed the game because my TV would have been in danger. I would have smacked the TV or something like that. I have an expensive TV, so there's that. So I'm not to answer Ruba's last question. I'm not expecting regarding expectation, not having that much of anything regarding their squad or anything. If Mirror is currently having putting out rumors that the whole squad is up for up and overhaul, and a lot of transfers might be made, and a lot of players might go out and come in, etc. So not really, having hopes much high, and I don't think they can even afford to sack the manager even, because sacking the manager would be expensive, what I can understand, and that is also not happening anytime soon. So not really having much expectation here, but I think we've all been here. Arsenal has been there, few years down the line. Liverpool has been there a few years down the line. So every club goes through some sort of phase, etc. This is our time, and we are going through this. So there's that. Nothing is forever.
Glad,
Nothing will
Ashfaq.
be forever as well.
Glad, Ashfaq, you put it so succinctly and so comprehensively at the same time. And I'm glad that you echoed some of the sentiment. And I think the biggest challenge with Manchester United moving forward would be is not to sack the manager. Because if you keep sacking the manager, see, the bottom line is if you don't have a style of football, you can never get players. You need to first fix what's your objective. How can you travel in a very simple way? And I don't want to make this a Manchester United focused podcast, and I don't want to go into a long run because I would love to, but I don't want to. But just to make it simple, yeah. When you cut your ticket to go anywhere, be it a launch ticket or a train ticket or a bus ticket or a plane ticket, you first select the destination where you want to go, right? Where do you want to go? And then you decide how do you want to go. First class, second class, jhilla jamu, kono moto thela thela boshmu. How do you decide? You decide that. And based on that, you decide to buy the tickets, right? The problem was Manchester United always bought the ticket actually without looking at all this. And that is where things actually went wrong. But now that we know, it's quite evident. It's quite evident that Ruben Amorim is not going to move away from 3-4-3. I think he wants that athleticism and the pace and the physicality in the Premier League that is required. I think he wants that as well. And this profile of players, which has been said by so many managers, be it from Mourinho down to Amorim, everybody has said the same thing. This group of players are just lazy bunch of players eating a fat salary. So I think that's the problem. So if you have that 3-4-3 system, you need now to buy that exactly this. And this is how Liverpool actually, after struggling for about more than 15 years and 20 years nearly, Liverpool actually managed to then get Klopp, and then Klopp came in with a particular system of football. And he said, this is the football I want to play. And for this particular football, I need the right profile of players. And that's when things started to change. That's when you saw Salah, you saw Mane, you saw Firmino, you saw Van Dijk, you saw other players like, what is his name? Fabinho. All these people started to come in and being recruited because they fit into that system. They are now the champions. Yeah. And we have just been like, oh, this guy is not good. Yeah, let's change the manager. And then new manager is like, oh, this guy is super good, super good, super good. Let's do it. Let's bring him. And then we are super hyped about the manager. And then the next 2-3 days and 2 games in a row we lost. And then this manager is rubbish. Kick him out. These guys are bad. And of course we have Glazers to blame. So it's okay. It's always somebody else's fault. Never my fault here. I think the fans have been at the fault. But the good thing is, this is the rock bottom that we wanted to hit. And we have finally hit, because had we won this trophy, it would have paper coated some of the problems that we have. And I'm glad that we didn't win anything. And I'm glad we didn't even finish good in the season. So we are 17th or the 16th, whatever it is. So we are rock bottom. And we didn't win any tournaments or any cups. So there's nothing to say this season has been great. Otherwise, usually you have a group of fans who will say like, but bhai, wo to Europa jitse. Then that argument kind of, you make that argument completely. I mean, you destroy that argument entirely, like how bad the season has been. Yeah. But thank God now, or even if they didn't win and they were like 7th or 8th or even 6th in the Premier League, with this broken team, Ruben Amorim, half the season he came in, and he still managed to finish 6th or 5th. No shit. Sorry.
Right.
Unacceptable.
And a lot of players, or maybe a lot of people would also say that with this shit team and so on, they at least managed to go to the final, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Still not good enough. Still not good enough. Even if they have won the final, it's won the final. Yeah, that would be. If I put it right, that you sugarcoat the disaster that United is having at the moment. It will sugarcoat it, and sometimes you need to hit rock bottom, to realize the extent of the issues that you are having, and this is rock bottom.
And I'm glad it has happened. I'm really glad that it has happened, and now I think there'll be a bit of a realization. And changing the manager half the season was not the right thing. I think Ten Hag would have somehow managed to. I'm not saying that Ten Hag was better than Amorim, by the way, when I say this, but Ten Hag would have somehow managed to get this team to finish a little bit higher, probably. That's it, because he knows at least he would have played his own system, which the players were used to. Amorim didn't get that chance. Amorim didn't get the preseason. So I can't blame him either. But it is what it is, and I'm glad this has happened. Yeah, let's just stick to Amorim's ball, 3-4-3 system, and let's get the right profile in and slowly rebuild. Sell everybody if you need to sell, except Bruno. I don't care. I would happily sell Onana first place. Oh, by the way, one interesting fact that I would like to give you, and I know nobody's talking about it. If why we are 17th this season and also not won any trophy, can anybody guess? Ashfaq, can you guess?
Lack of clean sheets.
Yeah, those countless errors that Onana made, which De Gea would have saved. Yeah, and I think it just goes to show that with De Gea, we still managed to finish 8th, 9th in the season because of the saves at the last moment or the very crucial moment that he made. It just goes to show that his role, the legend that he was. I miss him. For some reason, the football has become a very strange game that even the goalkeepers have to know how to pass the ball. Seriously? I mean, yeah, it's all De Zerbi and people who have come up with this strange system where goalkeepers need to know how to pass, and they have to come and they have to do a lot of pressing and stuff. Anyway, football changes and so has, and De Gea couldn't change, and that's it. Anyway, moving forward, this is the Futalochana, not the this is not the Premier League discussion. This is the Fantasy Premier League discussion. That is why we call it the Futalochana, the FPL Ghono show, and not the Premier League Ghono show. Sorry for all the rant about Manchester United, by the way, audience. Welcome back again to the FPL show, and this is the last game week. I know there's not much to discuss today, but we are going to take you through quickly of some of the content that we have. It's been a pleasure. It's been 5 years, 6 years now, finished. 2020 September is when we started. Now this is 2025, so it's 5 years now. Sorry, not 6 years. 5 years ago, we started as a very humble beginning with Parvez and myself and two of my friends, along with, and then the very next show, Ashfaq, the guy who I have good arguments with, happened to have joined. And since that day, he's 5 years down the line, I never thought we would see his face, or at least I wanted to get rid of him the very next day. But for some reason, he's just stuck his face over there in the screen and never left. No matter how much I insulted him, no matter what I did to him, no matter how much I told him, stop talking, he just didn't leave, Rubaiyat, which is a very painful thing to happen, Rubaiyat, to be honest, that, I couldn't get rid of one guy that I wanted to get rid of the very first day. It was a big mistake on my end to have this guy with us. And then Saif joined 2 years later. Again, another big mistake. Had I known that he's a Liverpool fan, I would have never brought him in. I think Ashfaq only disclosed it after he kind of agreed to join our team, that he's a Liverpool fan. And I was livid with Ashfaq about it. And that is why I said that getting Ashfaq was the biggest mistake that Ghono Football ever had. And of course, the biggest mistake that Ghono Football ever made, ever, and this is the worst of the worst mistake that we have ever made, was getting this man with a beard. This man has, for unnecessary reason, continuously ended up producing content after content after content. Whether we can publish, whether we can show, whether we can do it, whether we can't talk about it, whether we don't want to talk about it, whatever you want to do, he just kept on producing content. I am tired. I'm done.
Just an explanatory that the host is also with the beard. The host also has the beard. Obviously, he's not talking about himself, or as much as he wants to talk about himself, he's talking about the other guy with the beard, the longer beard. So just to make things clear here.
So yeah, thanks guys for making my life absolutely miserable. I just wanted to start this channel and have fun for 1 year when I had very little work to do during the COVID season, thinking like, this is just going to be fun and we'll just go do it one season and that's it. We'll wrap up and, we'll say goodbye and we can always say, yeah, once upon a time I had a channel called Ghono Football Fantasy that talked about FPL. But oh my God.
Your midlife crisis did wonders to everyone, your midlife crisis.
Oh my God, that was a terrible mistake I made. Terrible mistake of getting this guy called Masood Parvez and, for the content that he keeps on making. And I'm tired of posting it on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube and everywhere. Then sick and tired of this guy called Ashfaq who joined us in the second part of the first season. And then since then I've insulted him enormously and absolutely endless times. And he's still there, stuck over there forever. And then this comes the Scouser who bloody rubs it every time he gets the chance to rub it on my face, forgetting that I'm the host and I have the right to kick everybody out of the show. He keeps doing it and I can't get rid of it. And then out of the blue, there are some people who find our talks very interesting and they started to listen and they started to interact and they are here and they are sending comments and they're sending their teams and they want feedback from us and they are asking their, hi, amar team ta ekটু bole dile bhalo hoito bhai. And I'm like, what the hell, man? মজাক নাকি রে ভাই প্রত্যেক দিনে এনে বসছি কি মজাক করতে নাকি seriously? Why do you want me to rate it? I'm bloody 500,000 in the world. Why do you want rating from me? Why? Don't need it. Anyway.
Look good.
Anyway. I'm tired. I am tired of Ghono Football Fantasy. I'm done with it. This should come to an end. Never happen again. Should not start. End of the show. No more. No more. I'm glad 38 has come to an end. Rubaiyat, don't bother joining us because your life is going to just be as miserable as my life has become. I'm warning you, Rubaiyat. If you're thinking of joining us, shifting allegiance, you're making a terrible mistake. Don't do it. These people over there, you see the comments, look at them sending comments. What is wrong with these people? I just don't understand. Like I am shouting at them and they're sending comments, bye. And I'm like, what the hell, man? What is wrong with you guys? Eh? Rubai, don't. Otherwise, all you do in your sleep will be like, shonen, apni ek kaজ করেন, গোয়েনকে বাদ দিয়ে আপনি ওনানাকে নিয়ে আসেন. That's what you're going to do in your sleep. Yeah. And you'll be calculating the FPL budget like, acha, jodi 0.1 bare, instead of doing a banking job, you'll be calculating that. Jodi 0.1 kalke সকালে বেড়ে যায় প্রাইসটা, then I'm in trouble, man. তাহলে তো আমি আর ডিব্রুইন কিনতে পারতেছি। Oh God, how do I do it? So don't play this game. Leave this channel. Get away. Enjoy your break. 3 months. We'll see after 3 months what will happen. Yeah. Anyway, jokes aside, guys, follow and like and subscribe and you can do it. And this is the last game week. So it's my way of appreciating all the work that you guys have done. And of course, this is another problem. These guys, they have decided to partner with us and they thought like we can use their data to showcase all the work that we do. And here we are and we are doing it. And since Parvez has got access to this one, swear on God, he has just gone crazy. This guy has gone crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that crazy people, but if you are still interested and if you would like to get as crazy as Parvez is, I think Ashraful Bhai has bought this and he has gone crazy as well. So this is a very crazy tool that you can buy to actually, just make yourself crazy with FPL. If you're interested in doing so, please, Joe, just buy in, click in the link in the description and you'll get 40% discount for being crazy with FPL. Beside that, I don't think so there is anything else that I need to talk about it because Ashraful Bhai and Parvez, they have a group now on WhatsApp called Ghono Data. And I'm seriously, and I'm like, what the hell, man? Like how many Ghonos are there going to be in my WhatsApp chat? Sometimes I even forget who's chatting where and I'm posting wrong chats in the wrong places. Sorry. But yeah, If you want to get crazy, buy this. If you don't want to be crazy and you want to be sane, avoid. Just kidding. Buy it. It'll help you, really. On a serious note. All right.
আরেকটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস বলি যে একটা খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং একটা জিনিস ফ্যান্টাসি ফুটবল স্কাউট দিছে গেমিং 38 এর জন্য আসলে ফুল অ্যাক্সেস দিছে আর কি ফ্রি অ্যাক্সেস আপনারা গেমিং 30 এর জন্য 38 এর জন্য আসলে যারা ইন্টারেস্টেড সো ফ্যান্টাসি ফুটবল স্কাউটের ব্রাউজিং কিন্তু পুরোপুরি ফ্রি তো আপনারা চাইলে এখন ফ্যান্টাসি ফুটবল স্কাউটের মেম্বার এরিয়াটা আপনারা ঘুরে দেখতে পারেন ওখানে অনেক অনেক কন্টেন্ট আছে অনেক বড় বড় ইয়াদের আছে গেমিং 38 এ হলো ফ্রি দেওয়া হয়েছে সো এই অপরচুনিটি আসলে আপনারা গ্র্যাব করেন আমি আশা করছি এটাতে স্কাউট নিয়ে অনেক কিছু আপনারা জানতে পারবেন অনেক প্রিমিয়াম
Just do one thing, just type fantasyfootballscout.com, go there, and over there on top of the bar you will find a place called members area. Just click on that members area, then you will get the data, otherwise you will not get the data. Yeah, and then you see all the raw data with all free, it's all there, raw data, goals, considered chances, even xG, xGI. Oh my goodness, there's just millions of data over there. Just go there, see it. If you like it, if you're interested, come back next season. We can talk about it as to how we can support you in buying it. If you don't like it, it's up to you. It's okay. No problem. Yeah. But anyway, audience, thank you so much for sending your enormous number of questions. But I'll get with the show now. And I've done my intro. Parvez told me to give an intro today. And I didn't want to start with a very sentimental intro. I rather wanted to just start with something different, and I hope you enjoyed my different intro today. Thanks for all the support, guys. Honestly, we love you, and I love all my team members here. You guys have been fabulous. Without you, I would not have been able to do this day in, day out. So thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Parvez, with the Ghono Football Podcast Private League update.
রাইট ইন্টারেস্টিং পর্যায়ে আমাদের আসলে ইয়াটা আসছে আমরা জাস্ট আপডেটটা যদি নিয়ে আসি সামনে তাহলে আমরা দেখতে পারবো ইজিলি যে আসলে এই মুহূর্তে যারা টপে আছে আসিফ হাসান ভাই খুবই ভালো অবস্থানে আসে অলমোস্ট 57 পয়েন্ট লিড নিয়ে আছে সেকেন্ডের চাইতে সেকেন্ডে আছে শামীম রহমান 2600 পয়েন্ট এই মুহূর্তে সেকেন্ড তো 57 পয়েন্ট ইজ এ ভেরি অনেক অনেক মার্জিন এটা যদি আসলে ফ্রি হিট বা অন্য কোনো অপশন না থাকে তাহলে ধরা অনেক টাফ বাট থার্ড পজিশন এবং ফোর্থ পজিশন এই দুইটা জায়গাতে খুব ইন্টারেস্টিং সারাত জুয়ায়ের এবং জাহিদ হাসান ভাই এই দুইজন কিন্তু আসলে খুব কম ইয়ার মধ্যে 9 পয়েন্টের ডিফারেন্স সো যে কেউ আসলে থার্ড করতো থার্ড পজিশনটা কিন্তু আসলে খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট কারণ এটা ফার্স্ট সেকেন্ড থার্ড এই তিনটাতে আসলে বিগ প্রাইস আমরা দিয়ে থাকি যে জায়গাটাতে আসলে 6000 4000 বা 3000 এরকম দ্যাটস ওয়াই আসলে 1 2 3 পজিশনটা খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট বাট তারপরে 4 থেকে 10 পর্যন্ত আসলে যে সাতটা আছে সেই জায়গাটাতে অনেক আপ ডাউন হবে বাট এখানে ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস হলো যে চারজন আমাদের ইয়াতে আছে এই চারজন কিন্তু আমাদের ঘন ফুটবল লিগের অফিসিয়ালি এই জায়গাগুলোতে এরা মোটামুটি কোয়ালিফাইড আমি মনে করি কোয়ালিফাইড বলতে আমি এই কারণে যে আমাদের কিন্তু 25 ফুট আলোচনার একটা কথা বলেছিল তারপরে যারা আছে এরা মোস্ট লাইকলি আমরা চেক করবো চেক করার পরে আমরা দেখতে পারবো বাট ইন্টারেস্টিং হলো সেকেন্ড পেজটা আমরা যদি সেকেন্ড পেজে যাই সেকেন্ড পেজের কিন্তু অনেকেই হয়তো বা ফার্স্ট পেজে অনেকেই ডিসকোয়ালিফাইড হওয়ার চান্স আছে সো সেকেন্ড পেজ থেকে আমরা এরকম অনেকেই এখানে আছে লাইক যদি দেখি যে সেকেন্ড পেজেও কিন্তু ইন্টারেস্টিং অনেক নাম আছে যেগুলো আসলে খুবই পরিচিত আমাদের রুবাইদ ইসলাম আছে এখানে ইয়োর হোস্ট নাইটমেয়ার সো রুবাইদ কিন্তু 15 নাম্বার র্যাঙ্কে আছে সো 15 নাম্বার র্যাঙ্ক থেকে আসলে যে ফার্স্ট পেজে যদি কেউ ডিসকোয়ালিফাইড হয় তাহলে রুবাইদের একটা ভালো চান্স আছে সেই জায়গাটাতে ইন করার সো কিপ ইট আপ আমি বলবো যে রুবাইদকে আসলে বলবো যে লাস্ট গেমিং পর্যন্ত আসলে এখানে ধরে রাখার জন্য আই হোপ যে রুবাইদ এখান থেকে কিছু একটা টপ 10 এর মধ্যে থাকতে পারবে এন্ড দেন থার্ড পেজ যেটা আসলে খুবই আরো একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট যে আমরা অনেক কিছু চেক করতে যাই এমনও হইতে পারে যে থার্ড পেজ থেকেও আমাদের কিছু আসতে পারে এখানে যেমন নির্ঝর চক্রবর্তী আমি স্পেশালি নাম মেনশন করতেছি সৌমিক পাল তারেক জুয়েল পথিক আহমেদ ভাই সাবিদুজ্জামান আপনারা কিন্তু কন্টেন্ট লাইনে আছেন আপনাদের ক্রাইটেরিয়া আমরা যেটা চেক করছি লাস্ট পর্যন্ত সেই জায়গাটাতে আপনারা কোয়ালিফাইড হিসাবে আপনারা আছেন সো আপনাদেরও একটা ভালো চান্স আছে যে আপনারা আসলে যে ফার্স্ট পেজের যে আসলে যদি কোনো ডিসকোয়ালিফাইড হয় আমরা চারজন দেখে রাখছি যে চারজন হয়তো কোয়ালিফাইড বাট তারপরে যে 6টা র্যাঙ্ক আছে এটাতে আমরা আসলে ডিপলি চেক করব যে আসলে কে আসলে আমাদের পডকাস্টের মধ্যে বেশি ছিল। বাট এনিওয়ে এখানে আসলে 3টা পেজ আনার কারণ হলো যে এখান থেকে যে কেউ আসলে হইতে পারে। সো আমি সবাইকে বলবো যে আসলে আপনারা আমাদের সাথেই থাকেন এবং লাস্ট গেমিংটা খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং, খুবই কম ডিফারেন্স। তো আমার মনে হয় যে এখান থেকে আমরা লাস্ট গেমিংকে আসলে একটা ইন্টারেস্টিং কন্টেস্ট দেখতে পারবো। সো দ্যাটস ইট। মানে এটা হলো আমাদের ঘন ফুটবলের আসলে আপডেট, যেটা হলো আমাদের বাট কুইজের একটা আপডেট আছে যেটা ইন্টারেস্টিং। কুইজের আপডেটটা আমি আসলে এখানেই দিয়ে দিই তাহলে ভালো হবে। সেটা হলো যে এই গেমিংকে আসলে আমাদের ফ্যান্টাসি ফুটবল, যেটা হলো গেমিং 36 এর, আমরা 37 এর যে কুইজটা দিছিলাম, যেখানে আসলে 3জন প্লেয়ারকে মেনশন করতে হচ্ছে, সেখানে আমাদের খুবই পরিচিত আশরাফুল আরিফিন ভাই এখানে টপে আসছে। তো আশরাফুল আরিফিন ভাই 3জন প্লেয়ারকে এখানে শাট আউট করছিল, হ্যালান্ড, এলাঙ্গা এবং কুকুরেলা, যারা আসলে 3জনই 22 পয়েন্ট রিটার্ন করছে। 3জনের টোটাল পয়েন্টটা 22। তো আদনান হাসিন ভাই 20 পয়েন্ট সেকেন্ডে, বাট আমরা ফার্স্ট জনকে, প্রথম যে আছে তাকে পুরস্কার দিব 100 টাকা। তো আমরা বিকাশে পাঠাই দেবো। তো আশরাফুল আরিফিন ভাই, কংগ্রাচুলেশন যে আসলে 37 এর যে কুইজটা সেখানে আপনি জয়লাভ করছেন। সো এই ছিল মোটামুটি আমার কাছে যে কুইজ রিলেটেড বা আমাদের রিলেটেড যে আপডেট গুলা। সো দ্যাটস ইট ফ্রম মি, নাদিম।
Thanks, Parvez. Just to say, Ashraful Arifin Bhai has actually gone crazy, to be honest, again. I just want to say that since he bought this fantasy football scout, he's gone crazy with FPL. All he does is work and then come back to FPL, and then he started to produce content for us as well. So thanks again, Ashraful Arifin Bhai, for going crazy and for supporting us with all the assistance that you have given us throughout the season. We really appreciate it. And it's a recognition of your hard work that you do quietly, never asking for any credit, never asking us to tell them, you're just doing it on yourself and then sharing it with us. And this is something that I just wanted to ask all the audience moving forward, that next season, if you think you would like to make any content, whichever game week, doesn't have to be regular. It doesn't have to be regular. Again, I want to emphasize on the word regular. It doesn't have to be regular. If you think you have an interesting content that you can make one week, and you have made an interesting content and that you think you'd like this to be shared, share it with us and we will publish it in your name on our page. And the credit will go to you, not to us. We are not going to steal your content. We are not going to say, like, this is our content. Ghono Football has come up with this brilliant idea. No, we don't. If it's your idea and you have made the content, share it with us. We will give you the full credit and we will post it on your behalf so that it gets the maximum reach and the likes and whatever it has to be. So if you think you are interested in making some content which doesn't have to be regular, Gameweek একে বানাইলাম একটা ভাই, তারপরে মনে হলো যে পারবো না আর পারলাম না, ঠিক আছে, বানায়েন না ভাই, বানায়েন না। আবার 15 গেমিকে যেমন হয়েছে, ভাই আজকে একটু ফ্রি ছিলাম, বানায় ফেলছি একটা জিনিস। Please, more than welcome. Share. Next season, we will allow you to do that. Yeah. So if you like it, just like Ashraful Bhai has been doing it regularly, and that's why I want to give him credit and I want to call him crazy at the same time. Yeah, feel free. Right, moving on. Yes, Parvez, I'm going to publish it right now on the page right now in the comment section. And I was just wanting to do it. Before I do that, I wanted to hand over which fixture to target and avoid. Over to you, Ashfaq, and I can.
ইনজুরি নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলবো, জাস্ট একটা ছোট সেগমেন্ট। ইনজুরির পরে আমরা
there is an injury. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No worries. Nothing to be sorry about. It's okay.
Okay. So injury and press conference আমি জাস্ট ছোট করে একটু দিয়ে দেই। যদি ইনজুরি, এই গেমটাতে আসলে ইনজুরিটা খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট, কারণ অনেক প্লেয়ার খেলবে কে খেলবে না। তো আমরা এই মুহূর্তে যেটা জানতে পারছি যে প্রেস কনফারেন্স যেটা সেকশন থাকে আমাদের, সেখান থেকে এনকোনকু এবং রিস জেমস আসলে এই গেমকে ফিট করতে, তারা আসলে লাস্ট গেমকে জেমস ছিল বাট একটু ইনজুরি ছিল। বাট ইম্পর্টেন্ট হলো যে হ্যাভার্স ইজ ব্যাক, হ্যাভার্স ইজ ফিট টু প্লে। সো আর্সেনালের আসলে সেকেন্ড পজিশন যেহেতু কনফার্ম হয়ে গেছে, সো আসলে কে খেলবে না খেলবে এটা একটা ব্যাপার। সো অনেকেই ওয়ারি, নিতেও যাচ্ছে, বাকি নিবে, এটা একটা ব্যাপার। এন্ড দেন কোয়েশ্চেনেবল যে জায়গাগুলোতে আসলে যে ইম্পর্টেন্ট প্লেয়ার এই গেমে আসলে ইসাক একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট অপশন। নিউক্যাসল এভারটনের সাথে খেলা খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ। সো ইসাক এবং ট্রিপিয়ার তারা আজকেও প্র্যাকটিস সেশনে ছিল না, আজকে ট্রেনিং করতে পারেনি। আগামীকাল তাদের একটা ট্রেনিং সেশন আছে, তারপরে হয়তো তারা দেখবে যে ইসাক বা ট্রিপিয়ার আসলে খেলতে পারবে কিনা, এটা একটা ব্যাপার। আর টিএ এর ব্যাপারটা আসলে এখনো ক্লিয়ার যে আসলে টিএ স্টার্ট করবে কিনা। বাট আরেকটি ইম্পর্টেন্ট প্লেয়ার উলস যেহেতু ব্রেন্টফোর্ডের সাথে ইম্পর্টেন্ট খেলা, সো স্ট্যান লার্সেন কিন্তু এখানে কোয়েশ্চেনেবল, তার ব্যাপারেও যেটা বলেছে শেষ মুহূর্ত পর্যন্ত তাকে দেখা হবে। and Chilwell as usual লাস্ট উইক গুলাতে খেলছিল, বাট এই সপ্তাহে আসলে সেই অসুস্থ, ভালো ডাউটফুল আমার কাছে। ইভেন কোয়াডা এবং ব্রেন্টফোর্ডের আর রড্রি, তারা দুজনের ক্ষেত্রে একই, যে তারা অনেক ডাউটফুল। মেজর ডাউট মুরিলো, খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ ফরেস্টের, বাট হিজ মেজর ডাউট, এই গেমকে না খেলার চান্সটা বেশি। বাট রুল আউট আমরা জানি যে টিম্বার এবং সালিবা এই গেমের জন্য রুল আউট। এবং ইন্টারেস্টিং হলো জোয়াও পেড্রো কিন্তু একটা সাসপেনশন থেকে ঘুরে আসছে, এবং সাসপেনশন থেকে ঘুরে আসার পরে আসলে ট্রেনিং সেশনে একটা অনাকাঙ্ক্ষিত ঘটনা ভ্যান হেকের সাথে হওয়ার কারণে আসলে ডিসিপ্লিনারি সাসপেনশন তার আসছে ক্লাবের ভেতর থেকে। জোয়া পেড্রো আনঅ্যাভেলেবল, রুলড আউট এই গেমিংয়ের জন্য। অনেকে এই গেমিংয়ের জোয়া পেড্রোকে একটা অপশন মনে করতেছিল, বাট ইজ রুলড আউট। দেন ভার্ডি, আগে আমরা জানতাম যে ভার্ডি এই গেমিংয়ে খেলতেছে না। স্টোলস, কোভাসিস অ্যাজ ইউজুয়াল সাসপেন্ডেড, এবং ক্রিস্টালের ডিফেন্স এবার এই গেমিংয়ের জন্য রুলড আউট। তো এই ছিল মোটামুটি ছোটখাটো ভাবে আসলে ইনজুরিয়ান প্রেস কনফারেন্স। এন্ড দেন আমি ডাইরেক্ট আশফাকের কাছে চলে যাবো যে আসলে
Ashfaq, go on a monologue, please. Please go on a monologue. I can take a bit of a break. I went on a monologue, so I'll give you the space as well today.
So
Today is the day you speak forever, so that you can remain silent for 3 months.
I'll try to keep it as concise as I can, because obviously Nadim Bhai went on a rant. First he went on a rant on United, then he went on a rant with Ghono football history. So obviously took a lot of time and out of the show itself, and because tomorrow is a working day for all of us, etc., he forgot that. And so I'll try to keep it as concise as I can. So moving on to the fixtures that we have mainly focused on is Gameweek 38, as we all know, can be tricky because there are usually a lot of rotations in Gameweek 38, because a lot of teams does not have anything to play for. This season is a bit different in the sense that the relegation fights are not there. The relegation battle is already over. The championship battle is also over. So there are few people who have nothing to play for, and other teams who have something to play for. So we have only focused on the team that has something to play for, which means they are likely to put on their strongest 11. Other than that, any other games, etc., are prone to rotation, because those teams has nothing to play for. Arsenal has the easiest fixture, but we have not considered Arsenal because Arsenal's second place is all but secured, which means they might have some rotations in their squad, so it's a risky area in that case. West Ham is similar. Ipswich is already relegated. West Ham again have nothing to play for. Well, so there's that. Liverpool goes on the same category. First fixture we have considered is the Fulham versus City. As you can see from the table, the Champions League fight is still on, with City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Villa, and Forest all still in the running for the Champions League places. As you all know, that the Premier League currently has 5 Champions League places this season, which means there will be 5 Premier League players, 6 including Tottenham, because they won the Europa League. So there will be 6 Premier League teams that will play in the Champions League. So the fight is still on. It's a very competitive fight. So it will go down to the wire in Game 38. So first off is City versus Fulham. City, coming off their disappointment in the FA Cup, I think will again name their best 11 against Fulham. Although they have an outside shot of catching Arsenal, I don't think it's realistic, because the goal difference is still around 8 goals. So even if Arsenal loses and City wins, it means they'll likely only come up to at best third. So obviously City will like to have the Champions League spot secured, which means City will likely want to have their best 11 played. People who has already owned Haaland, I think should keep Haaland. He's been getting the chances, but not putting them off. But I think what he lacks is a bit of match fitness, and with Haaland's quality, I think goal is just around the corner. KDB is another shout. It's his last City game. I think he will want to go off with a proper farewell or a good game or a an aggressive game, or nevertheless in his last game as a City player. So there's that. Guardiola again would speak for itself. Akanji is fit because Guardiola is likely play in his preferred left back role, and we all know how effective or devastating Guardiola can be in that left back role. The next match is the United versus Villa. United, again, nothing to play for. Villa, on the other hand, has everything to play for because they're still pushing the Champions League place. I think Villa, because United is still fatigued from the Europa League defeat, there might be a few rotations because United, again, the season has ended, nothing to play for. Villa, on the other hand, will go in all guns blazing. And I think having assets such as Martinez or Konsa in defense, or Rogers or Watkins in the attack will do good for the team. Next is Newcastle versus Everton. Again, Newcastle is fighting for the Champions League place. Isaac is a doubt, but the other midfield such as Murphy or Barnes can be good options to have. So if you have Newcastle assets, you should consider those instead. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea would be a very competitive match, both fighting for the Champions League places. I don't see a clean sheet in this game anywhere. If you have Nottingham Forest defense or Chelsea defenses, I don't think they will give you much points in this specific fixture. Gameweek 39 traditionally is a goal fest. There are very few clean sheets in the first place, and this fixture in particular, I think, would be a goal fest. So it's a very competitive end-to-end game. In fact, I would go on to say that this might be the game of the week in terms of Premier League or FPL as a whole. Finally, the last two fixtures is Brighton versus Spurs and Brentford versus Wolves. So this might pose some questions to the audience, because as we can see from the table, Brighton is 8th and Brentford is 9th respectively. So ideally they would have nothing to play for, but there's a small catch regarding this, in the sense that the 8th place Premier League team might have an outside chance of competing in the Europa Conference League, because if Chelsea wins the Europa Conference League, which they are in the final at, there's a good chance. So they will likely qualify for the Europa League, which means the Europa League position would be filled, and that would mean that Brighton or Brentford, whoever comes 8th, might go on to the Europa Conference League qualifying round. So there's something to play for both Brighton and Brentford. So Brighton, Welbeck is a good option to have. An outside differential shout is Mitoma. Spurs is again coming up from a Europa League win. They will be fatigued, and I think this will be a good fixture for Brighton to attack. Brentford or Wolves, similar. Wolves have nothing to play for. Brentford, on the other hand, they've had a pretty decent season, and Wissa and Mbeumo, both great assets to have. I think they have worked wonders for the FPL teams as a whole, and I think Brentford will want to finish the season, in good fashion, and there's an outside chance that they might qualify for the Europa Conference League. So there's that. So regarding the fixtures, that's it for me. Thanks.
Thanks, Ashfaq. Sorry for that. Okay, now fixture is done. Thanks, Ashfaq, for really getting into all the details and trying to tell us exactly which fixture is important. But we are not managers who play Premier League. We are managers who play Fantasy Premier League. So we need to know which players are good. So can I ask Rubaiyat, if you have not gone crazy with FPL, would you mind sharing us which players would be useful from these fixtures? Over to you, Rubaiyat.
অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমাদের আসলে টার্গেট করা উচিত যে টিমগুলো আসলে মানে জেতার কিছু আছে। সো ওদের ওদের মানে চান্স অনেক হাই থাকে, ওদের প্লেয়ারদের চান্স অনেক হাই থাকে এবং ওদের স্টার্ট করার চান্স অনেক হাই থাকে, মেইন 11 খেলার চান্স থাকে। সো সেক্ষেত্রে আমরা যদি নতুন কোনো প্লেয়ারকে মানে টিমে আনতে চাই, দ্যাট দিস প্লেয়ার শুড বি ফ্রম মিডফিল্ডার্স অর ফরওয়ার্ডস। আমি আসলে ডিফেন্সে কোনো চেঞ্জেস আনতে চাই না, আমি গোলকিপার্সে কোনো চেঞ্জেস আনতে চাই না, যেখানে আমি পয়েন্ট দিলে মানে যে প্লেয়াররা আসলে নিলে আমি অনেক পয়েন্ট পাওয়ার চান্সেস থাকবে, গোল করার চান্সেস থাকবে, ওই প্লেয়ারদেরকে আনতে চাই। লাইক নিউক্যাসলের অনেক অ্যাসেটকে আমরা আসলে বিক্রি করে দিছি। মানে অনেকেই হয়তো ওইভাবে ইসাক হয়তো ডাউটে আছে, বাট বার্নস, মার্ফি এদেরকে আমরা মিডফিল্ড অপশন হিসেবে কাউন্ট করতে পারি। লাইক সেম আমরা ব্রাইটন যেহেতু পেদ্রো টোটালি আউট, ওয়েলব্যাক পেনাল্টিতে থাকবে এবং ওয়েলব্যাক স্ট্রাইকারে খেলবে মোটামুটি শিওর, আমরা ওকে কাউন্ট করতে পারি। ব্রেনফোর্ডের এমবুমো মোটামুটি সবার টিমে আছে, লুইসাকে আমরা কাউন্ট করতে পারি সেকেন্ড অপশন হিসেবে। ভিলার জন্য খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ, যাদের ইসাক আছে, এবং ইসাক যদি টোটালি আউট হয় তাহলে ইসাক টু ওয়াটকিন্স খুবই ভালো অপশন। এবং সিটি মোটামুটি আমার কাছে মনে হয় সবার টিমে যা আছে, নতুন করে আসলে আনার কিছু নাই। আমি একটু স্লাইটলি ডাউট যে হয়তো কেডিবি স্টার্ট নাও করতে পারে, ওকে যেভাবে ফেয়ারওয়েল দিয়ে দিছে ওর হোম ম্যাচে, আমি একটু ডাউট ফিল করতেছি যে ও হয়তো স্টার্ট নাও করতে পারে। সেক্ষেত্রে হয়তো মিডিয়া একটা চেঞ্জেস আনতে হইতে পারে। অনেকে বাওয়েনের জন্য খুবই মানে মানে এক্সাইটেড, আমি দেখলাম যে সবাই বাওয়েনকে টিমে আনতে চায়, বাট আমি আসলে আমার টিমে বাওয়েন না থাকলে আমি এই উইকের জন্য হয়তো বাওয়েনের জন্য খুব একটা পাগল হতাম না, কজ ও একটা অ্যাওয়ে ম্যাচ, ও লাস্ট 4টা 5টা ম্যাচে প্রত্যেকটাতে গোল করছে, বাট আমার কাছে মনে হয় বাওয়েনের চেয়ে আরো প্রায়োরিটি ট্রান্সফার এই উইকে আছে।
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
That was short.
Yeah,
That was short.
I think I have covered everything, I guess.
Yeah, you have actually. You have. And the problem is there is. I was actually distracted. Probably I was not paying attention because, I like this Ashfaq's cute face. I don't like Ashfaq's original face. I like Ashfaq's cute face. You see, and I like it. So I was kind of distracted because it has cuteness overload all over it. So that's the problem. So I was not being able to focus what you were saying, Rubaiyat. So, while I stare at this cuteness, would you be able to repeat again what you were saying? No, just kidding. Just kidding. Ashfaq, how is she doing?
She's doing okay. She had a viral fever last week, but she's okay. She's
She's
again
growing
glad
up,
that
mashallah.
yeah, she's glad for another season running that her father has beaten the host in FPL. So he's very happy. The happiness is showing. Happiness is showing here.
Yeah, after all the cuteness that I have told her about, and then now you rub it on my face, right? It's okay. That's good. This is what happens when you are inviting people to actually just rub it on you. So it's okay. It happens. Hi there. It's all right. Anyway, let's go and the next one. What was the next one? Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next show. Assistant manager strategy and X points. I think this is something, Rubat, you're supposed to be doing, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So if FPL managers, if you haven't really played your assistant manager yet, I have nothing to tell you. But anyway, this is the last chance. You have an additional chance of getting 12 players to score you points. So there you go. Are you making that noise? Rubat, stop it. Don't make those noise. You're not a baby, Rubat. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Over to you, Rubat. Over to you with this one.
অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমার কাছে মনে হয় এই উইকটা হচ্ছে মানে ম্যানেজার চেঞ্জ করা উইক। অনেকেই হয়তো গেম উইক 36 এ যারা এএম অ্যাক্টিভেট করছে মেইনলি তারা হয়তো ব্রেনফোর্ডের ফ্রাঙ্ককে নিয়ে স্টার্ট করছে, বা পটারকে অনেকে নিয়েছে, গার্দিওলাকে নিয়ে নিছে। তো যারা আসলে গার্দিওলাতে আছে আমি মনে করি যে এটা সেফ পিক, কজ ওদের জন্য একটা মাস্ট উইন ম্যাচ এবং এখান থেকে আমি মনে করি যে উইনের পয়েন্ট আসবে। টেবিল বোনাসের জন্য এই উইকটা খুব একটা আইডিয়াল না। আপনি আসলে টেবিল বোনাসে যদি তাকে আমি মনে হয় না কোনো উইন আমি দেখতেছি টেবিল বোনাসে, কোনো প্রপার আমি পয়েন্ট দেখতেছি না, বাট সেফ বেট হিসেবে আমি আর্তেতা, ইরাওলা এদেরকে আমি হয়তো পিক করতাম যদি আমার টিমে গার্দিওলা না থাকতো। বাট আমি যদি গার্দিওলা অলরেডি যারা গার্দিওলাতে আছে আমি মনে করি যে আসলে তাদের চেঞ্জ করার কোনো কিছু নাই। জাস্ট যারা অন্যান্য কোচ লাইক ফ্র্যাঙ্ক, পটার, এদের জায়গায় যারা আছে, আমার কাছে মনে হয় আর্টেতা অথবা ইরাওলা, সেফটি এদের দিকে মুভ করে যাওয়া উচিত যদি আপনার কোটা থাকে।
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I understand. This time I wasn't focusing on the baby. I was focusing on your content, what you're saying. But just Rubaiyat, it's a very important point that I wanted to bring up. Something that was been burning and something that has been irritating me for a while, because this is something that has repeatedly happened with me, and I felt some, that maybe I should address it, but I didn't know how to address it. So I just wanted to bring that point up, and I think that point is, this is what it is actually, basically.
Yeah, obviously, um, because we have such a handsome host. I don't know if my uh, host here will live up to that, but definitely, I'm training her to be as such. No worries. She
I am
disagrees.
worried.
She disagrees.
I'm definitely worried, and I have been worried for a while, and I just didn't know how to put it. Like if I say it, Ashfaq might feel offended. So Hamim Nur 9, thanks for doing the justice, brother, for saying something that was in my heart, and you just said it. I always felt threatened, and I always didn't like it, but I just didn't know how to place myself in it. But yeah, Ashfaq Hamim Nur 9 just said it, so I can always say, this is what Hamim Nur 9 said, not me. You see my point? Like আছে না, আরেকজনের ঘাড়ের উপর দিয়ে সুন্দরভাবে নিজের মনের কথা বইলা, ঠিক আছে, দোষ দেওয়া আর কি. That's what I'm trying to do actually, but I don't know if I'm successfully doing it. But fuck, if you bring your kid, I really feel threatened that my position is at risk. Yeah. Okay, Parvez is back. Welcome back, Parvez. Right, let's go back to the content again, and we can see what's going up next. And it's Captaincy who deserves the armband for Gameweek 38. So Ashfaq, if you can do the honor, I think that would be fine. And then we are done to question and answers. There's a lot of questions that have come in already. So we'll try and be as quick as possible, because, nobody's going to hold us accountable today.
Yeah, because this is the last show of the season, and because we have put in so much, to the show and so much to the audience, that to keep the show running, etc. Would you like to do this, or would you like to hear your insight on this as well?
Oh my God, why are you asking me? Are you not tired of listening to my bog? Seriously, I think people have already listened to me enough.
Yeah, but you have a specific fan following. The viewership goes up when you are hosting. It goes down when anyone else is hosting. I think people also like to hear your thoughts. So you have all covered topics. Ruben Bhai has covered one topic. Parvez Bhai has covered one topic. I have covered topics. And people want to hear you more. Listen to your nice voice, watch your face, and so on, etc. So, would you like to do this? If you don't, I will definitely cover it.
Ashfaq, just a gentle reminder for you that there was a show that happened in Gameweek 36 where I joined alone, and I did it for the entire show all by myself. And you promised that you're going to join. You promised that you're going to join, and then you never. You promised you're going to join the show, and you never joined.
I did join.
Then Parvez joined. No. You didn't. Only Parvez joined, and then Jahangir joined. That's it. Just in case you didn't know, and I think you joined in afterwards. But anyway, who cares afterwards? Anyway, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry. All right. Over to the captaincy. God, why do you care about captaincy at this final day, to be honest? Seriously, who cares about captaincy? अरे यार, just दबा दो यार, वो जो लाल बटन है वो उसको दबा दो, बस. That's it. It's done. Yeah. All right. On a serious note, Crystal Palace and Salah facing them, I think this is an interesting prospect. I know he has blanked for the last 6 game week, but I just want to make it very short. The fact that there's going to be no Chilwell, there's going to be no Gueye, there's not going to be any Wharton as well. This is Liverpool's home game, the final game. They'll be lifting the cup, so they would like to at least what you say according to some scouser that we usually have on our part as part of our team. He kind of said that they would like to put up a show here. So if they really put up a show, you would expect Crystal Palace to actually be a lot of under pressure. And I was just doing the zonal before I came in to this show. In case somebody didn't know, I did the zonal just by myself, just finished it, and then I straight away joined this show. So in the zonal, it looked like Salah was actually ranked 7th. So yeah, he's a good shout for this week. Again, his form is not the best. We can't really rely on it. But then again, given the absence of Crystal Palace assets, and given this is the home match, and the fact that they'll be lifting the trophy, he could be an interesting shout. The data doesn't really back out anyway. Saka, yeah, good shout. But I have lost all faith in him since I played my triple chip captain on him and Gameweek 32, and he ended up giving me only 3 points, which is like 2 points, which was like 6 points in total out of my triple captain that I got. So I don't care if he's playing Southampton, and I don't care if he's playing Nottingham Forest or even Real Madrid. I'm just not going to captain him, and I don't think so you should captain him, to be honest, because again, Southampton, you never know. They might just put up a shoulder in that they are not certain as to when they'll be back again in the Premier League. So this will be the last Premier League that they are playing, and they would also like to put up a show here. So I would expect if things go just like how things went with Manchester City and Southampton, you could have another 0-0 here. Interesting one is the Bowen. Now, I know Rubaiyat has already said I don't think so Bowen is an interesting shout, but I would like to contradict Rubaiyat in this case. This is Gameweek 38. This is where things go completely nuts. This is where when your data, your prediction, your analysis completely fails. And it fails with everybody. It's just not Rubaiyat. It fails with everyone. So you never know if Bowen might just go on a ransack, or Bowen might actually go up, ending up in a blank. The key question is I wouldn't really consider Mbeumo here. That's the thing. So my struggle would be more between Bowen and Saka. And given my previous bad experience with Saka, I think I know where I'm relying on, to be honest. The final truth is, go with your gut. Just go with your gut. It's 38 game week. You feel it. You feel it in your bones. Like last week, when I did the captaincy, when people were talking about the captaincy, everybody was talking about so many other options. We didn't even have Vardy in our, in the slide. But I just felt Vardy was a very good option. And I went with Vardy, and turned out to be a very good decision. So, yeah, there you go. So go with your gut. Go with the occasion. Go with the gut. See what it is. Bowen is also likely to do well because, again, Ipswich down that particular flank, because I did the zonal a few minutes back. It's fresh in my memory. Down that flank where Bowen is going to play, Ipswich are the worst team. So, yeah, that makes it even Bowen's shout interesting. Saka is ranked 4th, by the way, where Southampton is, where Saka is going to play. That zone, Southampton are ranked 4th. So, again, I would go with Bowen. That's my gut feeling. And if your gut feeling is completely somebody like KDB or something, be my guest. It's the last game week. Take a risk. You're going to regret it for 10 minutes. You're going to regret it for 2 days. 3 days later, you're going to completely forget the entire season, what has happened, and you'll move on and you'll look forward to the next season. So just go and have fun. The important thing is have fun on the last day, unless you have a lot to play for. Yeah, and go with your gut. That's the thing. That's it, over and out for me. And I think there is nothing else. Oh, no, there is something else. Okay, there is a 2-slide. Okay. Parvez just makes my life difficult, always. He always has a surprise in his sleeves. All right, Salah played 15, scored 8, assist 5. Again, Crystal Palace, they have won. They're still in a celebratory mood. Liverpool, they have won. They're in a celebratory mood. It's a home game. They're going to lift the cup. Salah has a good record. The zonal league is good. Crystal Palace has a lot of assets missing. Good shout. Go ahead. The record also backs it. Saka, I don't care if he scored played 9 and scored 570 goals against Southampton. I don't care really. I'm not going there. You can read it. It's there. It's written right there. You can read it. I know all of you are educated. So just read what Saka's stats have to say about it. I don't care about it, to be honest. Bowen played 1, scored 1, assisted 1. Mbeumo, on the other hand, I didn't bother discussing because I didn't think it's important because Wolves' defense is not the defense that we thought it used to be. And Mbeumo has been more of an assist maker these days. It's Wissa or Shada who's doing the most of the scoring. And he missed a penalty. That was the worst thing that has happened. So you want to put it on him, he misses another penalty. Nothing will happen to him. He'll still be the main man of Brentford, but you're going to get -3 points. And you might end up losing your mini league. You know, take that risk with Mbeumo, be my guest. Over and out. That's it for me. I hope you like my analysis, Ashfaq.
As always, as always.
Thanks. Over to the question and answers. Okay. Now, all the content, my goodness me, it's been 38 game weeks of making content and content and content and content and day in and day out and planning and this and that. And then it has been 38 weeks of chatting with you people. And now for the final chat, let's bring in all the questions. Let's bring in all the questions. Right, here we go. Here we go. God, it's flooding with comments, seriously. By the way, audience, if you haven't really posted, so if you haven't really filled in that form to win the chance to BDT 100 Taka, then please do so now. We are just sharing the link again. Please do so, and you can win. Here it goes. There you go. You have it in right there. Right, let's bring in the first comment. Shuman Khan, who joined us way back when we went at 12 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, and this is the team that he has presented. So Ashfaq, since you have smartly, by giving me all the credit, and flattering can get you everywhere, since you have kind of put the captaincy on my shoulder, budging it away, be my guest to answer this team of the week. Come on. Over to you, Ashfaq.
Shuman Khan, thank you for your question. So obviously, you want your best 11 and 1 FT and 1.7 in the bank. So I'll go on by elimination. So Saliba is injured, so he's an automatic out. Cunha is tricky because Larsson is a doubt, and Cunha with his pending transfer to United, I think coach has been rotating him, but there's still a good chance that he might start. So regarding Cunha, I might wait for some early updates if I can, but other than that, that's Salah, Mbeumo, Sarr, KDB, Rodgers. You have 1.7 in the bank. So just 5.7, 1.7. You cannot do Bowen because Bowen is
You don't have Bowen, right?
yeah, but I don't think you can afford Bowen. How much is Sarr? Sarr is
somewhere around 5.6, I think.
yeah, and he would get 5.9. So I don't think he can do Sarr. Sarr to Bowen, I don't think he can do it. Any other West Ham asset would be a risk. If I were in your position, I would rather go with from Sarr to maybe an Arsenal alternate attacker, someone like Martinelli or Trossard. There's a good chance Trossard will play the center forward role. Although Havertz is still fit, so I would rather wait for some early updates on that and go with an Arsenal attacker. So other than that, I think it's a decent team. So I would play Raya. I would play Livramento. I'd say Guardiola. I'd also play Cresswell. I'd probably bench Munoz, Salah Mbuemo, Arsenal attacker KDB, Rogers, Watkins, and do a check for some early news on whether Marmoush or Cunha starts. If both of them starts, I would still go with Marmoush. And obviously, if either of them starts, go with that one. So I think in that case, 3-5-2 would do you good. Thanks.
Thanks, Ashfaq, for your very short answer. And Suman Khan Bhai, for the last time, I would just like to tell you thank you so much for joining us all the time. We really appreciate your presence and thank you for all the comments that you have shared. Hope to see you next season again. Tanzilur Rahman, thanks, brother, for joining again, and glad and appreciate all your support for the season and your comments. Rubaiyat, over to you with this one.
Watkins, Visa, Wood, all three good. Saka, Salah, Bruno, Savinho, Liverpool. Savinho-কে চেঞ্জ করতে হবে, Savinho to বাওয়েন যদি হয়, কজ মিডে আসলে আর কোনো অপশন নাই। যদি না হয় তাহলে আমি মিতোমার দিকে যাব, মানে বাজেট যদি অ্যালাউ না করে দেন মিতোমা। আর এখানে বেঞ্চ করব, কে বেঞ্চ করতাম, আর বাকি সবাই তো।
Now that's quite an answer. Mujahidul Rumi Bhai, thank you so much again for joining us and commenting and for your support throughout the season as and when you could. Really appreciate all this support that has come in from you. Parvez, over to you with this one, please.
রাইট, এখানে আসলে কুকুরেলা এবং রাইসকে নেওয়ার চিন্তা ভাবনা করতেছে এবং ক্যাপ্টেন বোয়েন। ক্যাপ্টেন নিয়ে ঠিক আছে, ক্যাপ্টেন নিয়ে আমরা যেটা বললাম যে বোয়েন নট এ ব্যাড অপশন, গুড অপশন ইজ। কুকুরেলা আমি ডিফেন্সিভ কোনো ট্রান্সফার এই মুহূর্তে করতে যাবো না, আনটিল যদি আপনার একদমই তিনজন ডিফেন্স না হয় তাহলে সেই ক্ষেত্রে রাইস ইন্টারেস্টিং অপশন, বাট রাইস আসলে কতটুকু খেলবে এটা একটা ব্যাপার। সো দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমি আসলে আমরা যখন ডিসকাস করতেছিল যে ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফিকচার গুলা সেগুলা থেকে টার্গেট করেন। আর ওয়াটকিন্স এর ব্যাপারে যেটা হলো যে মিনিট টিক্স, আমি মনে করি না যে ওয়াটকিন্স এর এই ম্যাচে কোনো মিনিট টিক্স হবে, কারণ এটা খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ। ভিলাকে এই ম্যাচ মাস্ট উইন করতে হবে, কারণ ভিলার পয়েন্ট যদি না উইন করতে পারে তাহলে। সো দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমি ওয়াটকিন্সকে বলবো যে ওয়াটকিন্স থেকে ট্রান্সফার করার কোনো দরকার নেই ভাই, আপনি ওয়াটকিন্স গুড অপশন এই গেমে।
Okay, Parvez, thanks. Manoj Bajpai. Zaiza Khan, thank you so much, brother, for all the laugh, for all the comedy, for your wonderful profile pic, for your kind comments and your presence in the FPL spotlight. Really appreciate your support and your comments that you have shared over the last couple of game weeks, and we really appreciate you being a regular, and thank you so much, and I hope to see you again next season. Ashfaq, over to you with this one, please.
So regarding captaincy choice, I don't think there's a standout captaincy choice this week, although Salah will be very popular, I believe. He's still massively owned, and Liverpool would want to end the season with a win. Salah still, I think, is chasing the record for the most Premier League goal involvements in the season. So I think he will have at least a little bit motivation to do something in this game. But other than that, I don't think it's a very open captaincy pick. But of your four choices, I would discard KDB. Although I think he would want to end this season on a high. I'm not really sure about his minutes, so there's that. Mbuemo, I think, still carries a bit of a risk because although he's very influential to the Brentford game, and Brentford has, as I mentioned, has something to play for, he can be a bit inconsistent at times. And it's a decent fixture, but no by means the most easiest of fixtures. Wolves can be tricky at home, often can be tricky at home nevertheless. So I think the decision would be between Bowen and Watkins. Bowen has the easiest fixtures, but I would still prefer Watkins because, as Parvez Bhai said, I think Villa will attack the United game. They have everything to play for, and Watkins, I think, is very influential to the Villa attack. He might be on penalties as well because Talisman is missing, so I think that's an added advantage to him. So I like the Watkins pick, but Bowen is a great pick as well because he has the easier fixture. So between Bowen or Watkins, I think you should go with your gut.
All right. Thanks, Ashfaq, for that one. Tanzili Rahman Bhai is sending this one. আপনাদের personal transfer চাইলে share করতে পারেন. Would you like to discuss this, guys? Ashfaq?
My red flags in my team are currently Saliba and Cunha. So the transfers would likely be between one of them. But I have not decided. I'm still waiting for. I have a somewhat plan in mind of what I want to do, but it will be very late transfer because I want to catch the early team leagues if I can get them. But it will probably be likely one of those two players.
Okay. Rubayat?
আমি আসলে ভাই মানে এক্সপেক্ট করতেছি আমার 7টা যে ফরওয়ার্ড মিডফিল্ডার আছে এদের মধ্যে কেউ বেঞ্চ হোক এরকম একটা নিউজ পাই কজ আমি ওয়েলব্যাককে আমি খুবই আনতে চাচ্ছি বাট আমি আসলে কার জায়গায় খেলাবো এই জায়গাটা আমার টিমের নাই কারণ মানে আমি আমার টিমের প্রত্যেকটা প্লেয়ারের ফিক্সচার ভালো এবং অল অফ দেম হ্যাভ সামথিং টু প্লে সো সবকিছু মিলে আমি ওকে মানে আমার রজার্সকে বেঞ্চ করতে হবে আমি যদি ওকে আনতে হয় আমি যদি ওয়েলব্যাককে আনতে চাই তাহলে রজার্সকে বেঞ্চ করতে হবে বাট আমি ওইটাও করতে চাচ্ছি না সো এই কারণে আমি ওয়েট করতে চাই যে কেডিবিকে আসলে স্টার্ট করে কিনা বা অন্য কোনো প্লেয়ারের কোনো ইস্যুস হয় কিনা দেন আমি
Parvez?
আমি স্টিল নাও যেটা আসলে রুবায়েত বললো এবং আশফাকের সাথে আমি কমপ্লিটলি এগ্রি যে আসলে এই গেমিংকে আর্লি ট্রান্সফারটা একটু হইতে পারে আর্লি ট্রান্সফার না করলে আসলে ডেডলাইনের আগে আগে যদি আমরা কোনো নিউজ পাই যেহেতু অনেক একসাথে সবগুলো ম্যাচ তো আমার মনে হয় তখন পর্যন্ত ওয়েট করা দরকার সাকা স্টার্ট করতেছে কিনা ওয়াটকিন্স স্টার্ট করতেছে কুনহা ইভেন স্টার্ট করতেছে কিনা সেই জিনিসগুলো আমি লক্ষ্য করবো কারণ আমার টিমে কুনহা আছে আই হোপ যে কুনহা এই গেমিংকে স্টার্ট করবে কারণ লাস্ট সেশনে একটু ডাউট আছে তো দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমার আসলে এই মুহূর্তে আমার টিমে বোয়েন ছাড়া আসলে তেমন কোনো ইন্টারেস্টিং অপশন নেই যেগুলোকে আমি নিয়ে আসে বাকি যেগুলো প্লেয়ার আছে আমার মনে হয় এগুলো দিয়ে আমি সো -4 আমি খাইতে যাবো না এটাই আমার ফার্স্ট যদি থাকবে যে -4 না নিয়ে উইদাউট এনি হিট আমি আসলে এই গেমটা শুরু করতে চাই
Okay. I wouldn't disagree with all of you. I haven't had a look at my team because I didn't want to make an early transfer, so I don't need to make too much changes. অথবা একটা ট্রান্সফার করবো কে সেটা হবে এবং কোন প্লেয়ারটাকে আনবো এটা ডিপেন্ড করবে আসলে টিম লিগস এর উপরে probably just half an hour 1 hour before the game starts I'll just go online and see which player I think will be important to take out and then which player is playing and I can capitalize. That's it. I have nothing else to play for this season, so I'm more or less done. Yeah, but yeah, it's not certain because our team are more quite balanced and I've been doing quite well over the last few game weeks with differential captains and stuff. So that's that. Yeah. Okay, Sabit Jaman, thank you so much, brother, for being such a regular this last 10 game weeks, and thank you for doing it. Really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you, and I hope so you'll be regular next season as well. And we'll get to see you more often with your comments and we'll be happy to answer you. Last Futbolachna of the season, we'll miss FPL badly. Yeah, you can say that, but it has been a very long season for us. Honestly speaking, it has been a very long season for Parvez, for the content that he continues to make. So it will be a very good break for him. It has been a long season for me because of my professional life, which has been quite difficult over the last 1 year, difficult and in terms of the work pressure. And then also for Ashfaq, having been promoted to a manager's position, a lot of more responsibility has fallen in his shoulder. So he has found it extremely difficult in a long season. And I'll speak on behalf of Saif as well. And I think it has been a long season because he's been promoted as well. And at the same time, he was doing some exams and he was studying and he had to miss a couple of game weeks and he had family to look after. So yeah, family, work, children, this, that, and on top of that, to do 38 game weeks in a row. Yeah, it's been long. So I'm glad we are coming to an end because just look at it. This is how our regular, for most of us, 4 of us, this is how our season every week used to look like. Like I sat down today at 10:30 and I did the zonal. Then I started immediately doing this show. And after this show, I'll have to do the Twitter again along with Parvez. And Parvez, who's been sitting over there in that computer since God knows 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon after Jummah prayers. And since then, he's just been making content and he hasn't had the time to really do anything much. Ashfaq, on the other hand, has been way overwhelmed with his family affairs. And of course, he has a daughter now. So this has been a very difficult and a challenging season. And I'm glad that we managed to finish it. And I'm glad that we still have the team intact. And we're glad that we've been able to support you guys with everything that we have done. So the break is much needed for us. Maybe you guys will miss FPL badly. We will also start missing FPL probably after 1 month when our break is more or less like, break, then that's when we will feel like, okay, we need to get the FPLs back again. And of course, a lot of planning will go. So we'll have to start 1 month earlier. So a lot of planning needs to be done. But thanks, Sabit Jaman. We'll miss you too. And hope to see you next season as well. Okay, Aminul Islam is saying, Assalamu alaikum, bhai. Wa alaikum assalam. Aminul Islam, thank you so much, brother, for being our support and our constant viewer for about last 2-3 years. So thank you so much for that. Truly recognize all your effort. You go by my Arabic name. I will call you the Arabic bhai, and you have always earned it. So well done to that. So yeah, keep it up. And I hope to see you next season, Arabic bhai, again. And do let us know when you're in Bangladesh. Okay. Tanzilur Rahman says, Agami 2 মাসে আসলে কি কাটা উচিত 2 মাসে অনেক লম্বা সময় রুবায়াত any advice on this one?
Club World Cup is there, Club World Cup fantasy is there, so fantasy
seriously
let us go.
Seriously, oh god,
already ক্লাব ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ খেলার জন্য অনেক জায়গা থেকে ইনভিটেশন আসতেছে, স্কাউট থেকে ইয়া থেকে বহুত জায়গা থেকে আসতেছে ক্লাব ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ। আমিও আসলে শুনে একটু ইয়া হয়েছে, আকিবও ক্লাব ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ মেনশন করছিল, বাট ইন্টারেস্টিং আসলে ক্লাব ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপটা দেখতে মজা নিব, আমার ফ্যান্টাসি খেলবো কিনা
আমার স্ট্রং জোন হচ্ছে ভাই এই ছোট ছোট টুর্নামেন্টগুলো। আমি মানে সবচেয়ে ভালো করি আসলে এগুলা থেকে, ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ, ইউরো, এগুলোতে আমি ভালো করি। সো ক্লাব ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ হচ্ছে আমার জন্য একটা ভালো টুর্নামেন্ট যেখানে আসলে আমি ভালো করতে পারি। না আসলে মানে ইনভলভ থাকা যায়, অ্যাটলিস্ট মানে আমরা তো আসলে রাতে ম্যাচ দেখা মিস করি, বা আমরা হচ্ছে মানে এই ফুটবল নিয়ে ঘাটাঘাটি এগুলো তো মিস করি। সো আসলে যেহেতু ক্লাব ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপই হচ্ছে, যেহেতু ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কোনো কিছু না, সো এটা আসলে আমাদের জন্য আরো ভালো যে আসলে ক্লাবগুলা কেমন খেলতেছে। সো নতুন সাইনিংগুলো খেলতে পারবে কিনা আমি জানি না।
নেক্সট সিজনে আবার ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ আসতেছে, ফিফা ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ আসতেছে নেক্সট সিজনে, সো অনেক প্লেয়ার সম্বন্ধে আর কি আইডিয়া।
Well, good luck. Enjoy your World Cup, Club World Cup or World Cup, whatever you want to enjoy. I'm sorry, I am not going to look into FPL for the next 3 months. And I think I will only, once all the players' prize and the fixture has been revealed, that I will start paying attention. Until then, Parvez knows that he cannot talk to me about FPL because I'll get furious about it. I was like, because it just goes on. It just never ends. Anyway, that's a good idea. But yeah, in case, Tanzilur Rahman bhai, in case you're looking for something else, go travel, go enjoy, go spend some time with people that you have not been able to spend. Go visit a friend whom you have not met or give him a call. Reconnect with people that you have not been in touch with. I think that is a very good way of doing things, because usually otherwise we don't get that much time in our life. আর দেখতে দেখতে তারপর দেখবেন 2 দিন পরে বিয়ে শাদী, তারপর দেখবেন 2 দিন পরে বাচ্চা, তারপর 2 দিন পরে দেখবেন ফ্যামিলি জব, তারপর দেখবেন আর ঘন ফুটবল কি আর ফুট আলোচনা কি আর কে কি, ভাই খালি চাকরি করি আর আসি বাড়িতে আসি, চাকরি করি আর বাড়িতে আসি, চাকরি করি আর বাড়িতে আসি. Rubaiyat is kind of getting a taste of it now. So yeah, Rubaiyat can speak.
And and also taking up on your advice, and you should also go out and meet your fellow members as well, fellow Ghono football members as well when you get a chance.
Was that aimed at me?
Was it?
Did you see the shots? Did you see the shots fired? Did you, Rubaiyat? Did you see shots were fired? Did you hear shots fired?
এত কিছু জানি না ভাই, ঝুরা মাংস খাইলে দাওয়াত দিয়ে।
Okay, okay. You are more than welcome. You're more than welcome, Rubat. If you are in that town, let me know well in advance that by Ami Ashtisi, so that I can get these other folks as well and we can join in. Ashraful Bhai will be invited as well, so I'll invite him as well too. But yeah, it's good. It's good that we meet each other, huh? And we will be meeting each other. I don't think so. We are meeting each other before Urbani Eid, to be honest, because I just don't have the headspace really over until third. And third, I'm leaving. I'm going home, and I'll be with Parvez all the time. So no FPL, no nothing. Oh God, I'm so glad. Anyway, thank you, Ghono Football Fantasy, bhai brothers. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. আপনি না থাকলে আপনারা না থাকলে ওই একলা একলা বক বক করাটা ইজি, but then it becomes at a point monotonous. একঘেয়েমি হয়ে যায়। You guys make it interesting because you guys bring different questions. So that's that. All right, Gameweek 28, 19,000 ছিল, এখন 94,000, খারাপ গেল last কিছু Gameweek. Yeah. Everybody goes through a bad patch. I wish this had happened with Ashfaq as well. You know, I would have been able to catch up then, but unfortunately he just keeps on doing well. So, and this has been a terrible season for me. I made so many mistakes. Just couldn't focus anyway. Shuman Khan bhai saying thanks, Ghono Football Fantasy. This season I have lots of fun. Thanks, brother. Glad that you had fun with us. We'll be back again next season, inshallah. And yeah, the fun and the comedy and the humor will continue with the legs pulling and jokes and everything. Yeah. Thanks for all your advice, by the way. Yeah. Okay. Sharaf Joher is asking this question. Rubai, can you take it, please?
Sure, Guardiola, Diaz, Konate, Muno Silva, Salah, Mbeumo, Power, Marcel Rogers, Mamushka. আসলে ওনার আসলে আমি কোনো ট্রান্সফার দেখতেছি না, সো ওনার লাস্ট পর্যন্ত ওয়েট করা লাগবে যে ওনার কোনো প্লেয়ার কি আউট হয়। লাইক আমি হয়তো মার্ফিকে টিমে রাখতাম না, কজ ওরা লাস্ট কয়েক গেম উইক ধরে মার্ফি হচ্ছে উইং ব্যাক খেলতেছে, যখন থেকে ট্রিপিয়ার হচ্ছে ওদের 11-এ নাই, ট্রিপিয়ার ইনজুর্ড হওয়ার পর থেকে মার্ফি উইং ব্যাক খেলতেছে। সো আমি হয়তো মার্ফির জায়গায় মিতোমার দিকে যাইতাম। আদার দেন দ্যাট, যদি উনি আরেকটা প্ল্যান করতেছে ইভানিনসন আর ওয়েলব্যাক, আমি হচ্ছে আসলে এটাকে বেশি প্রায়োরিটি দিতাম। আমি ওই মার্ফিকে বেঞ্চে রেখে আমি ইভানিনসন ওয়েলব্যাকে নিয়ে আসতাম টুডের জায়গায়। সো দ্যাটস অল, এটাই করতাম, এটাই পারফেক্ট।
Well, Sharaf Joher, thank you, brother. You've been a cadet and you're a fellow cadet of what do you call it? Saif. So thank you for all the support for the last couple of years, brother. And you're about to win our league for the second time. You're the only guy who has won it for the second time now, or going to win for the second time. Others have just won it once and never played again. You're the only guy who's been playing it and doing it, and you did well as well last season, but you just missed out on it. But yeah, congratulations still, and you still have a chance to win it, the whole thing. But again, if you don't, you can still become the runners-up. I think the last time you became second, right? Or third, if I remember correctly. But yeah, well done. And thank you so much, brother, for all the support that you've shown us over the years. Yeah. Okay. Then it has been a great journey with you guys. Hoping next season will be the same. Can't wait to tune in to Futalaton and Ghonos once again. You guys were really a great help along the season. We are glad to hear that, brother. Thank you so much. If you like it, really, Mujahidul Rumi Bhai, go to our review section on our Facebook page and really appreciate if you can just copy paste this comment and just put it there as a review. I think that will help us much more. Yeah. And that we would definitely take it as a very serious and a sincere appreciation that you're showing us. Not that this is not sincere, but that would help us as well. And it's meant for others to see it as well. So it's not just you're thanking us, but you're telling the world too that we've been great help. So thank you so much for that. Would appreciate that work as well. Now here is the one who's been on the top of the league right now. So Ruwayat, your competitor, the guy you definitely want legs broken, head broken, completely sick, so that he doesn't be able to set up his team, and you can overtake him, and Sharaf can also overtake him. But it's okay. But Asif Hassan has done tremendously well this season.
Actually, Asif Bhai is maybe 150 points ahead of me, and ঘন ছাড়াও আমি ওনার সাথে আরো একটা লিগে কম্পিট করতেছি, যেখানে উনি ফার্স্ট আমি সেকেন্ড। উনি মনে ফার্স্টে বসে আছেন, মনে আরো 10 উইক আগ থেকে উনি ফার্স্ট জায়গা দখল করে আছেন এবং আমি সেকেন্ডের জন্য লড়াই করতেছি। সো না, ওনার সিজন খুবই ভালো গেছে। উনি মেবি ওয়ার্ল্ডে এখন 50 তে আছেন মেবি। আমি ওই লিঙ্কটা, আমাদের একটা মেসেঞ্জার গ্রুপ আছে, সো ভাইয়ের সাথে ওখানে কথাবার্তা হয়। আই উইশ যে উনি টপ 20 তে ঢুকে যায়। দেখতে ভালো লাগবে বাংলাদেশে কেউ টপ 20 বা টপ 10 এ আছে। আমরা আসলে প্রাউড ফিল করতে পারতাম।
Yeah, and it makes us very proud that he watches our show regularly. I mean, you know, it's this is something that you can't describe. This is a feeling that you can't describe really. This is when you see when your folks that you know and you know they're regular and they're watching and they're commenting and they become your my brothers, and then suddenly you look at their rank and they're in the 20th in the world, 50th in the world, 102th in the world, and it just makes you feel so good about them. Just completely change the dimension, you know. So yeah, this is great. Thanks so much, brother. Thanks so much. Just no questions tonight. Just wanted to share my heartfelt appreciation for all the quality content you have produced throughout the season. The analysis you guys make is right up there with the very best. Well, thank you. That is an appreciation coming from the world 50th is something that we will take it. Asif Hassan Bhai, do me a favor, please. If you really liked it so much, just copy paste this and put it in the review section on our Facebook page, please. We would really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Even if you don't have to type, you don't want to type it, you want to say anything more, I'm not asking you anything. Just copy paste it. Just in the review section. Really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, and I hope you win it. And of course, we'll reach out to you, of course, and we'll be in touch once we get the clarity. But thank you so much for watching our show. Really, we are glad that you watched. You know, you might be glad that you found it best, but we are glad that you watched. Yeah, really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, Ariful Shakir. Assalamu alaikum, Shabaik. Wa alaikum assalam, brother. And then Ariful Shakir has a question. Parvez, over to you with this one.
ওকে, রাইট। সো থ্যাংক ইউ আরিফুল। টিমের মধ্যে আমি যদি দেখি যে আসলে বেঞ্চিং হেডেক আসবে, কারণ মোস্ট লাইকলি যে 3জন ফরওয়ার্ড, যেমন মারমুশ এই গেমকে আমার কাছে মনে ভালো অপশন। কুনহা লার্সেনের ইনজুরির কারণে কুনহা আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে খেলবে, বাট আপনার 3-5-2, 3-4-3 তিনটা অপশনই খেলা যেতে পারে। সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমি চপিং লিস্টে সারকে রাখবো, বাট সার টু বোয়েন যদি হইতে পারে, তো সামহাউ যে সার টু বোয়েন হওয়া একটু টাফ, কারণ এখানে অনেক শর্ট। সো সার টু বোয়েন যাইতে হলে আসলে 1.7 মিলিয়ন আছে, 0.6 মিলিয়ন, 0.6 মিলিয়ন হয়তো বা শর্ট, আপনার 7.3 বা 7.2 হয়তো বা আপনার আসবে, যেখানে সার হলো 5.6 and বোয়েন হলো 7.9, সো 7.3 মেবি। সেক্ষেত্রে আমি একটা সাজেস্ট করতে পারি, সালিবা যেহেতু ইনজুর্ড, সেক্ষেত্রে একটা -4 আমি এখানে নিতে যাবো, যে সালিবা টু কার্কেস যদি করা যায় তাহলে ইজিলি সার টু বোয়েন এন্ড সালিবা টু কার্কেস এই ট্রান্সফারটা আমি করতে যাবো, বাট এটার জন্য -4। যদি -4 না নিতে চান, সেক্ষেত্রে সার টু মার্টিনেলি একটা ভালো অপশন হতে পারে উইদাউট এনি হিট। আর যদি বোয়েনে আপনি যাইতে মাস্ট মনে করেন যে বোয়েন, দেন -4 নিতে হবে, নো আদার অপশন। যদি কেডিবি কে ডাউন করেন সেটা একটা আলাদা ব্যাপার, বাট সেটার জন্য আসলে ওয়েট করেন যে আসলে প্রেস কনফারেন্স, টিম নিউজ লিক হইলে তখন যদি ডিব্রুইন না স্টার্ট করে, তাহলে ডিব্রুইন টু বোয়েন ইজিলি এক ট্রান্সফার অপশন। দ্যাটস ইট। ক্যাপ্টেন আমি ডেফিনেটলি এই গেমকে, আপনি যেহেতু মোটামুটি 100K এর মধ্যেই আছেন, সেহেতু ক্যাপ্টেন সেট খেলাই ভালো। সালা ইজ এ ভেরি গুড অপশন আমার কাছে মনে হয়। আদারওয়াইজ বোয়েন, যদি ডুয়েনকে আনতে পারেন টিমে। দ্যাটস ইট।
Ariful Shakir bhai, thank you so much for being such a regular and watching the show on a regular basis. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, thank you. And then Asif Hassan bhai saying, thanks for maintaining the same energy and passion week in and week out, and not to mention the light-hearted banter, which adds a fun mix. May Ghono live and long and prosper. Thank you, brother. Thank you. What is this KDB doing here? What is this about? KDB?
Tribute.
Oh, you're too emotional, brother. Ruel, Too emotional. Too emotional. अरे रुलाएगी क्या पगले?
I'm back, man. I'm back.
Okay, but no, Asif Hassan, thank you so much, brother. You made us feel, this 38 years, 38 years, 38 game weeks of tiredness has suddenly just evaporated. Sorry. Yeah.
38 years? You're 38 years old?
I get, hold on. Ashfaq.
Oh,
Wrong
my God.
timing, Ashfaq. Wrong timing, really, genuinely, Ashfaq, wrong timing. You couldn't find anything else to pick on, actually. You just couldn't find anything else, right?
Oh my God.
You had to. I immediately corrected by that. I said 38 years, and then I was like, no, what am I talking about? 38 game weeks. No, but coming back to the point, Ashfaq, don't distract, please. Now you're really distracting, I swear on God. 38 game weeks of tiredness, comments like these, and the previous comments that we are seeing. Yeah, suddenly that man over there sitting down and looking over there, making content over there, just, look at him. Look at him. He feels good about it. Yeah, now he's making his topi and all, Fuda Shida, and, see, it suddenly feels like, this is what you do. I mean, it's not about money. It's not about fame. It's not about name, and it's not about anything else. It's about this lighthearted, interactions that we have week in, week out that keeps us as, I don't know you, brother. I've never met you, Asif Hassan. I've never met you. But see, suddenly we feel we are connected, through this FPL game and with shows like this and, things like that. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Iftikharul Alam, by forever you shall be sketched into my memory as the guy who intends to send a comment on our YouTube channel the moment we schedule it somewhere around 8 o'clock, even if the show is at 12 o'clock. He will send the first comment out there because on YouTube you can do that. So yeah, you shall forever be sketched in my memory as the guy who always finds it and then sends this comment. Just that he doesn't miss out this 11:45 or whatever the time that we give. You don't miss it out. So thanks so much, brother, for all the support and for being so diligent. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, sorry. He has a question. Sorry. Why am I just passing this? Come on. Okay. Ashfaq, it's, I think, your chance, right? Or Parvez's turn. Whose turn is it?
No, it's mine. It's mine. So I went to the team. I think in terms of attacking assets, you're well set for the game week. What you're lacking is probably a bit in defense, but good news is traditionally Game Week 38 sees very few clean sheets. Although I believe if one or two teams do keep a clean sheet, Arsenal might be one of them. So maybe getting at least one Arsenal defense in your team. It might be Raya or it might be Ben White. Those are the standard options, I believe. Other than that, I think it's good to go. So regarding your free transfer, I would have bought in one defense, preferably from Arsenal, and go with my existing attackers. Thanks.
All right. ভেবে দেখেছো কি গীতাঞ্জলিও কখনো ছোট ছোট কবিতা লিখতে পারে? Alam Sharia Jhalok from Gitanjali, you went down to 2 lines of comment. That is absurd, brother. That is so unlike you.
কোশ্চেন করে না, এটা তো কমেন্ট।
যেটাই হোক, কমেন্টটাও তো সাধারণত ভাই আমার অবস্থা খুব খারাপ, আমি পারতেছি না ভাই, আর বুঝলাম না ভাই।
আরো পরে আছে কোশ্চেন আছে।
Anyway, Alam Sharia Jhalok, thanks, brother, and I will remember you as the guy who happens to send long questions exactly after the deadline has passed. And of course, I'll remember you as the guy for all the FPL support that you have given. That's okay, but also the guy who kind of called Saif Paramoa Parallel manager, right? Parallel manager, yes. So, yeah. Thanks, brother. Thanks. Yeah. Not a good season, but I love you guys. Yeah. We love you too. We love your Gitanjalis and your sonnets and your short poems and your, choti boys and whatever you send us. Thanks. Okay, Atikur Rahman bhai, একটা free hit team suggest করেন. Thanks, Atikur Rahman bhai. Thank you so much for the support. Dubai, free hit team বানাচ্ছ নাকি বসে বসে?
না, ফ্রি টিম ভাই মাথায় আছে, ওটা নিয়ে ঝামেলা নেই। ইজি মানে গোলকিপারে রায়া, ডিফেন্সে ভার্দিওল। আমি আসলে স্লটের একটা কথায় খুবই কনফিউজড। আমি না হলে ব্র্যাডলির কথা বলতাম, বাট ও আর্নল্ডকে নিয়ে বলছে যে আর্নল্ড খেলবে কিনা, মিনিট দিবে কিনা, ও এটা নিয়ে মানে শিওর না। অ্যানাদার ওয়ান উইল বি কনসা অর স্টুপিনানের একজনকে আমি নিতাম, আর আরেকটা হচ্ছে মানে কনসা, স্টুপিনান, ব্র্যাডলি, এই তিনজনের দুইজনকে আমি পিক করতাম ডিফেন্সে। মিডে এমবুমো, সালা, বাওয়েন, and Saka if he starts, and striker Watkins, Wisa, and Welbeck.
Okay. And then Imon Ahmed bhai, thank you so much for all your support throughout the season, brother. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and I hope you become more regular next season. And yeah, we'll see each other again. Yeah. Parvez, over to you with this one.
রাইট, আসলে টিমের মধ্যে যেটা বললাম যে আসলে সামনের দিকে যে প্লেয়ার গুলো আছে লাইক সবাই টিমের মধ্যে আছে, যেমন সালা, বোয়েন, এমবুয়েমো, ইভেন গিবস হোয়াইট টিমের মধ্যে আছে। বাট ক্যাপ্টেন আপনি এই মুহূর্তে ইসাককে দিয়ে রাখছেন, এই ক্ষেত্রে আমি বলবো যে কনফার্ম না হওয়া আসলে ক্যাপ্টেন ইসাককে দিয়ে না, বাট এই মুহূর্তে দিয়ে রাখছেন, ঠিক আছে। ইজ এ ভেরি গুড ক্যাপ্টেন শট আমার কাছে মনে হয়েছে, কারণ তাদের অনেক কিছু পাওয়ার আছে। ইসাক উড মাঠেটা, এই জায়গাটাতে আপনি একটা যদি আপনি মিডফিল্ডে দেখা যাচ্ছে যে আপনি যদি কোনো একটা কিছু চেঞ্জ না করেন, তাহলে ফরওয়ার্ডে আপনি নিয়ে আসতে পারেন, কারণ আপনার তিনজন মিডফিল্ডার কিন্তু খুবই ভালো আছে, সালা, এমবুয়েম এবং বোয়েন। সেক্ষেত্রে রজার্সও আমি কাছে বলবো যে খুব একটা খারাপ না, বাট গিবস হোয়াইটও ভেরি গুড অপশন। সো উড যেহেতু টিমের মধ্যে আছে, তো ফরওয়ার্ড লাইনে একটা আপনি পার্ট নিতে পারেন, সেখানে ওয়াটকিন্স অথবা উইসাকে এখানে আপনি নিয়ে আসতে পারেন, অথবা মিডফিল্ডে যদি আপনি কোনো চেঞ্জ করতে চান, সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমি বলবো যে মিডফিল্ডে যদি কোনো চেঞ্জ করতে চান, লাইক আপনি যদি মনে করেন যে গিবস হোয়াইটকে আমি সরাবো বা রজার্সকে সরাবো, সেই ক্ষেত্রে আর্সেনাল স্টার্টিং লাইন আপে যদি মার্টিনেলি থেকে মার্টিনেলিকে আমি আগে রাখবো। অ্যান্ড দেন সাডা একটা ভালো অপশন, কারণ এই ম্যাচটা আমি মনে করি যে ব্রেন্টফোর্ডের ম্যাচটা কিন্তু লাস্ট ম্যাচটা 5-3 হয়েছিল। সো আমি আবারও আশা করতেছি এটা হাই স্কোরিং ম্যাচ হবে। সো সাডা কুড বি ভেরি গুড অপশন। ইভেন উইসাকো যদি নিয়ে আসতে পারেন, উইসাকো একটা ভালো অপশন। আপনার ব্যাংকেও যেহেতু খুব বেশি নাই, সেহেতু আপনি ইজিলি এই ট্রান্সফার গুলো করতে পারেন।
Okay, sorry, Parvez, I have food in my mouth. Sorry. Ashwat, can you take this question, please? Because Saif is not here, and you are Saif's colleague. So, if you can do the honor on his behalf.
Anusharar Jhalak bhai, regarding your team, I still think it's a decent team. One thing to note, like I mentioned before, is that Gameweek 38 rarely sees clean sheets. It's usually a very high-scoring game with very few clean sheets. And regarding -8 hits, I'm not sure it will provide you that much of a return in terms of taking a few man-seats. I think attacking-wise, it's still a decent team. Triple Brentford triple up. I don't think it's necessarily a problem, primarily because, like I mentioned, that they still have everything to play for. They will be pushing Brighton for the final Europa Conference League place, because like I mentioned, if Chelsea wins their Europa Conference League, they will play the Europa League, which means the Europa Conference League will have an additional position to fill up, and it will be between Brentford and Brighton. So I still think it's a decent team. We could do well with a -4, but -8 is not something we would recommend. It's a decent team. Maybe bring in another Arsenal defense or one Arsenal attack, that could be something you should consider. Otherwise, it's a decent team to have. Triple cap. If you're keeping the team as it is, I believe Watkins or Salah should be your best bet. So go with your gut regarding that. Should be between Salah and Watkins. Thanks.
Thanks, Ashfaq. Najasan Rana Bhai is asking, "Ki khabar shab, bhai shab?" All good, brother. All good, and thanks so much, Rana Bhai. Whenever you have been able to join us, really appreciate it, and thanks so much for commenting as well and interacting with us. I appreciate, brother. Okay, and then Parar Mall manager is saying, "Ki korbo bole diyen bhaiera, goto weeke Cucurella nile bhalo hoito, ei weeke ki newa jay, Salah to Bowen ba Saka ki kora uchit?"
Cucurella, because I answered his previous question, Cucurella will play Nottingham Forest, both competing for the Champions League places. So I think it will be a competitive and high-scoring game. So I'm not expecting Cucurella to keep a clean sheet. Salah to Bowen or Saka, I'm not recommending because it's their last game and they will lift the trophy. And so I believe that he would want to end the season on a high, and he's still pushing the all-time Premier League goal involvements record, I believe. So he has something to play for, and I think Salah is a good captaincy shout as well. So I would not, transfer out Salah, at least not this game week. Not this game week, definitely. And regarding Bowen or Saka, they are good choices individually, but not at the expense of Salah.
Okay. Sharaf Joel is then asking, Rubayat, over to you.
Someone is prioritizing Bournemouth. This was given 38. Number one choice is Evanilson, then Semenyo, because Semenyo has the most shots after Salah. মানুষজন আসলে ক্লুইভার্টের কথা বলবে, বাট আমার কাছে মনে হয় সেমিনো কারেন্টলি ওদের মানে বেস্ট মিডফিল্ডার। এই দুজনের মধ্যে থেকে আসলে কাউকে নিতাম, আমি ডিফেন্সে মোটেই যাইতাম।
Okay. Thanks, Rubayat. And then Deepta Bhai is asking, "I have reached 25,000 rank this season. Ghono Football's contribution to my season needs to be recognized. Kudos to you, brothers." Well, kudos to you, brother, for reaching 25,000. Kudos to you. Well done. And we are glad that we could help. That's what we tried. And at least, you reached 25,000, which is great. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And enjoy the season. And I hope you really finish higher than what you expect. And I hope you are happy with it, brother. But thank you so much for recognizing our contribution. But yeah, I think we also need to recognize your contribution because we do it anyway. If you had not been watching or if you had not been regular, you would probably miss out on the content. So kudos to you for taking the time to come in and, watch our show and then, watch it and interact and like and then, comment and then, stay here and listen. That's an effort. So it's a two-way effort. It's not just us doing it a favor. It's you doing a favor to us as well. So I think that should be recognized. So thank you. And kudos to you as well, brother, for reaching 25,000. Well done. Well done. All right. Mohammad Alamin Chaudhry is then saying this particular team. Parvez, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. আসলে এখানে টিমটা দেখার পরে আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে যে কোনো রকম চেঞ্জ করার এই মুহূর্তেই দরকার নাই, কারণ টিম ডিফেন্সিভ ওয়াইজ এবং অ্যাটাকিং ওয়াইজ যে প্লেয়ারগুলো আছে প্রত্যেকটাই আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে এই গেমে ভালো। বাট যেটা করা যাবে সেটা হলো যে আসলে স্টার্ট কে করতেছে, বললাম কেডিবি যদি স্টার্ট না করে, প্ল্যান হলো যে কেডিবি টু সাকা দিতে যাচ্ছে, সো কেডিবি যদি স্টার্ট করে তাহলে কেডিবির উপর স্টিক থাকেন। সেক্ষেত্রে আরেকটা জিনিস আপনি ফলো করবেন, সেখানে হলো যে কুনহা স্টার্ট করতেছে কিনা এটা একটা নজরে রাখবেন। যদি কুনহা স্টার্ট না করে সেক্ষেত্রে উডকে চেঞ্জ করতে যায় না, সেহেতু কুনহাকে তখন চেঞ্জ করেন। বাট যদি কুনহা স্টার্ট করে সেই ক্ষেত্রে উডের জায়গায় উইসাকে আপনি নিয়ে আসতে পারেন, এটা একটা হইতে পারে। এন্ড দেন কেডিবি টু সাকা যদি সাকা স্টার্ট করে, বাট আমি পার্সোনালি সাকাকে এই গেম উইকে স্টার্টিং লাইন আপে না থাকলে আমি প্রেফার করবো না, বাট হি ইজ এ ভেরি গুড অপশন। সাউথহ্যাম্পটনের সাথে রেকর্ডও ভালো, দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমি বলবো যে টিম নিউজ পর্যন্ত ওয়েট করেন, আপনার প্ল্যানের মধ্যে রাখেন। যদি কেডিবি স্টার্ট না করে সেই ক্ষেত্রে আসলে আপনি সাকা এন্ড উড থেকে উইসা আমি বেশি প্রেফার করবো, ওয়েলব্যাকের চাইতে উইসাকে আমি বেশি প্রেফার করবো।
Right, thanks, Parvez. 𝐓𝐢𝐬𝐻, thank you so much for being with us for the last 2-3 seasons. Really appreciate all the support, and you have come back every season. You have supported us and you have commented all the time. So, walaikum assalam, brother. And really appreciate it and look forward to seeing you next season as well, 𝐓𝐢𝐬𝐻. All right, this guy, he doesn't need any further recognition. I think he's got enough from us already. But 𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐻, you have been immortal. You've been with us through the rain and through the storm, and I can be very poetic and say a lot of things here. But thanks so much, 𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐻, for being there on a regular basis and commenting and making our life very interesting. Thank you so much, and keep doing that. No more change. Yeah, don't change. Even if we tell you to change, like 𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐻, stop commenting. Just don't bother. Don't bother. Yeah, be as you are. Yeah. All right. And then the guy who starts listening to our show, and then even if everybody's gone and left, this guy remains, and he's like, "Bhai chala jan bhai, ami asi bhai. Apnar golpo koren, ami asi apnader dorshok." So, Sujan, thank you so much, brother, for all the support and for the memes that you shared with us at the beginning of the season, which we were able to put up, and then unfortunately, due to time constraint, we were not able to do so. But thanks so much, Nahidal Sujan, for all the support, brother. Really, what we have developed is some connections here and some brotherlyhood feeling. It's become a community. It's become a sense of we haven't had the chance to get together, but we will do it, inshallah, next season. Hopefully, when things really become much better in the country. Yeah, but we'll do it. All right. Then 𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐻 says how to say goodbye without saying goodbye. You say ciao. Or you can say, "Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao." You are saying me beautiful, but you're also saying me goodbye without saying goodbye. Isn't it? Ashfaq, you didn't object to my singing today. Wow. I'm impressed with my myself. क्या गाता है यार कसम से.
Yeah. It's the last
What
day.
talent.
It's the last day. It's the
What
last
talent, man.
show of the season. So I'll
What talent.
have your way.
Had I been in India, Sonu Nigam would have been now, in the backstage, and I will be just Sonu Nigam's place.
I feel another rant coming. Tomorrow is a working day. Moving on.
It's okay. I mean, Sonu Nigam, poor guy. I just give him his life, so he can sing and make a career. I can do something else. Yeah. Anyway, Sharaf Johar, no trolling, but United need to admit the fact that they are not the United they were 12 years ago. Of course, I admitted this after they kicked out Mourinho. By the way, I admitted this after they decided to sack Mourinho. Up until that self-realization hits, they will keep continuing deluding themselves. I think this is more applicable for our new fans rather than our old fans. Our old fans are a bit contradictory, of course, but I think most of the old fans understand. But some people are just want to just express themselves way too much rather than, and they want to make their personal points, want to come across a little bit more strongly rather than for the interest of the club. So, okay. I at least don't consider the United that we are. Definitely not. And I have stopped watching a lot of matches nowadays because it just frustrates me. And you don't want to have a very tiring day and then come watch football match that will kind of even piss you further, right? I mean, FPL already pisses you anyway. But on top of that, if United is pissing you off, so you have no joy left in your life. Yeah. So it's okay. But I think now they have realized. Those who didn't realize, excuse me, those who didn't realize, I think they realize now that we are not really where we are supposed to be. Haaland, keep yourself, Parvez.
Keep quiet.
Keep. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, we have crossed the. Oh no, we haven't crossed. Isaac, keep yourself, Parvez, Ashfaq.
Early team news, but likely sell.
Zawad Chaudhary, I've been seeing you since this season, so thank you so much, brother, for joining. I don't know if you were there with us last season. I don't remember at least, but even if you're not, I remember you this season very well. So thank you so much, brother, for joining us and all the support. Walaikum assalam, brother. Rubayat, you have a very strange. Every time you switch off the screen, you have a strange photo over there, and I think that photo is related to this question. So, what would you suggest?
It depends on the early league. যদি খবর পাই যে কেডিবি স্টার্ট করতেছে না তাহলে তো সেল করবো, আদারওয়াইজ আসলে সেল করার রিজন নাই, কারণ এটাই ওর লাস্ট ম্যাচ হচ্ছে সিটি। আমি ওকে সেল করবো এবং ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ, লাস্ট ম্যাচই তো একটা মানে মিস অফ দ্য সিজন করছে একটা। সো আই হোপ হি রিটার্নস দিস উইক।
Best differential captain, Bowen.
No, Bowen.
Jawad Chaudhary.
হ্যাঁ। ডিফারেন্সিয়াল
Always you introduce.
Yeah, ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ক্যাপ্টেন বোয়েন হইতে পারে। ওয়েলব্যাক একটা অপশন আছে, ওয়েলব্যাকেও আপনার ডিফারেন্সিয়াল যেহেতু ডিফারেন্সিয়াল, এভালিনসন ডিফারেন্সিয়াল অপশন, এভালিনসন ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ক্যাপ্টেন।
Okay, Isaac update, Parvez.
যেটা বললাম যে আজকে ট্রেনিং করে নাই, বাট কালকে ওদের আরো একটা ট্রেনিং আছে, ওই ট্রেনিং এর পরে আসলে আমরা জানতে পারবো যে সে খেলবে কিনা। বাট আইজাক মোস্ট লাইকলি এই ম্যাচে ইনভলভ থাকবে, মোস্ট লাইকলি আমার কাছে পার্সোনালি মনে হচ্ছে। বাট
Interesting. Okay, then the next question is again from Jawad Chaudhary. Evanilson punt.
Yes,
Good shout.
Good shout.
good shout.
Okay. Where is the question gone? Sorry, I lost the question. Thanks, Parvez. Ashfaq, over to you with this one.
Okay. Your rank is 90k. You're free. You have 2 free transfers. Playing 11. Salah, Bowen, Elanga, Sar, Rogers, 0.4, Mateta, Haaland, Evanilson. Okay.
ওরা ডিফেন্সে একটা ট্রান্সফার মাস্ট লাগবে। ভার্দিওলার কনসে খেলাইলো একটা ট্রান্সফার লেগে যায়। আই থিংক
ডিফেন্সে ট্রান্সফার
সালিবা তো আউট।
Raya আছে, ওনার ইয়াও কভার্ড। সার আর ম্যাটেটা ওনার কনসার্ন। Sorry. Mateta to Welbeck would be one transfer I would do. I'm not very concerned about defenses because, like I mentioned, that not a lot of teams usually keeps clean sheets. So there's that. Mateta to Evanilson would be one transfer I would do. And regarding Sar, I would probably go with Mbeumo, from Sar to Mbeumo. I think I might be able to afford that. So yeah. So go with my gut regarding Munoz or O'Brien. Munoz maybe because he has the attacking upside. Regarding your playing 11, Salah, Bowen, Mbeumo and Rogers, Welbeck, Haaland, Evanilson definitely. Guardiola and Konsa I would pray, and one of Munoz and O'Brien. I'd probably go with Munoz because of the attacking upside, and Raya definitely. Thanks.
Thanks, Ashfaq. Then Zahid Chaudhary is asking Rubaiyat.
ভার্জিওল ট্রিকি, আমি তিনজন খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না, ওনার চারজনের মধ্যে একজনকে বসাইতে হবে। ভার্জিওল, কনসা, লিভারমেন্টো, কিয়া। এভারটনের সাথে লিভারমেন্টো শুড স্টার্ট, ভার্জিওল শুড স্টার্ট, কনসাকেই বেঞ্চ করতে হবে তবে। Though I don't think United will score a goal against Aston Villa.
I would bench Munoz in this case.
মুনোজ ভাই অটো বেঞ্চ, বাকি চারজনের মধ্যে একজনকে বেঞ্চ করতে হবে। So that is the problem, I guess.
Okay. Dipto Parvez, question from him.
রাইট, দীপ্ত ভাইয়ের টিমে যে জিনিসটা আমি দেখতেছি যে আসলে ফরওয়ার্ড লাইন খুবই স্ট্রং এই মুহূর্তে, যারা আছে তারা খুবই ভালো। মিডফিল্ডও আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে স্ট্রং, বাট টিম নিউজের জন্য ওয়েট করেন, যে টিম নিউজ লিক হওয়া পর্যন্ত ওয়েট করেন। আদারওয়াইজ মিডফিল্ড যেহেতু মিডফিল্ড এবং ফরওয়ার্ড দুজনেই ভালো আছে, সেক্ষেত্রে ডিফেন্স থেকে একটা চেঞ্জ করা যেতে পারে, লাইক মিলানকোভিচ থেকে চেঞ্জ করা যেতে পারে, কার্কেজে যাওয়া যেতে পারে। ইভেন যদি যেহেতু বাজেট আছে, সো উড একটা ভালো অপশন হইতে পারে। বাট আমি বলবো যে আসলে শেষ মুহূর্তে টিম নিউজের উপর ডিপেন্ড করেন, এবং রজার্সের জায়গায় একটা অ্যাটাকিং কোনো যদি ভালো অপশন আসে, বেটার অপশন আসে, তাহলে সেই জায়গাতে যান। অথবা উড মাইট বি স্টার্ট, উড কোনো প্রবলেম নাই, উড স্টার্ট করবে। সো রজার্স একটা জায়গা, এবং ডিফেন্সে এই জায়গাগুলোতে কার্কেস, ওয়ান-বিসাকা, ইভেন আয়াত নুরি অ্যাটাকিং ডিফেন্স নেন, অথবা পান্ট হিসেবে মিডফিল্ড থাকে। যদি কেডিবি স্টার্ট না করে, তাহলে কেডিবির জায়গায় সাকা বা সাকায় স্টার্ট করে এরকম প্লেয়ারকে নিয়ে আসা। আদারওয়াইজ কোনো এখন পর্যন্ত কোনো ওইরকম মেজর ইস্যু নাই।
Okay, Ashfaq. Pratik Ahmed bhai, thank you so much for all the comments and for being regular with our show, and we really appreciate your support on everything that you have done for us. So thank you so much, brother. Ashfaq, over to you with this one.
Depends on early kickoff. Early team news. But Isaac to Evanilson, I think, might be a good shout. I personally, I believe Evanilson has very good chance to outscore Isaac.
Okay, and now we are entering the 145 zone, so just make it quick, guys. No more long answers. Ariful Shakir is asking this one, Rubaiyat.
I don't think যে এমন কোনো ডিফেন্ডার আছে যাকে মাস্ট টিমে থাকতেই হবে, বাট আসলে অ্যাটাকিং ডিফেন্ডারদের মধ্যে আমি স্টুপিনান অথবা ব্র্যাডলিকে কাউন্ট করতাম। আদার দেন দ্যাট আমি কাউকে দেখতেছি।
Okay, thanks, Rubaiyat. And Parvez, Ariful Shakir bhai follows up with another question.
বোয়েন এই গেমকে না নিলে আসলে টিমের জন্য একটা ইয়া হইতে পারে, কারণ অনেকেই বোয়েনের দিকে যাবে। সো বোয়েনকে আমি টার্গেট করবো। যদি আসলে র্যাঙ্ক ভালো থাকে, অন্যান্য প্লেয়াররাও যদি ভালো থাকে, সেই ক্ষেত্রে বোয়েন যদি না হয়, কুডুসকে উপরেও একটা রিস্ক নেওয়া যেতে পারে। সো বোয়েন মাস্ট এরকম আমি বলবো না, বাট বোয়েন ইজ ইন ফর্ম, হি লুকস ইন ফর্ম। তো আমার মনে হয় যে আসলে আরিফুল শাকের যে জায়গায় আছে ভাই, সেক্ষেত্রে বোয়েনকে আপনার টিমের মধ্যে লাগবে। সো
Thanks, Parvez. Okay, Pratik Ahmed bhai, thank you so much for this. Thanks for the great advices throughout the whole season. Ghono Football Fantasy, there's love. Thank you, brother, for joining us, and thank you for listening to the advice. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening to all the rubbish and for all the delays in getting your questions answered. Sorry, but yeah, appreciate it very much. Thank you so much, brother. Hope to see you next season again. And then Ariful Shakir is saying, Ashfaq, this is coming at 11:45. Pune, keep or sell.
I have Kuna. It's a tricky, but I'd look for the early team news. If it starts, keep. If it doesn't, sell.
All right. Rubaiyat, you want to say something about Samin here, who recently got married and then he kind of moved away from the show and he's not doing the shows anymore, and then he's coming to our show and then he's commenting, and You want to say something about all that?
ওকে নিয়ে বলতে গেলে আমি অনেকগুলো অভিযোগ বলতে হবে, অনেক অনেক কমপ্লেইনস। সো কিপ অ্যাসাইড। আর প্রশ্নের ব্যাপার হচ্ছে আমি আসলে আর্সেনাল অন্য কোনো প্লেয়ারকে আমি হয়তো নিতে চাই না, আদার দেন সাকা। সাকা স্টার্ট না করলে আমি হয়তো আর্সেনাল কাউকে নিই, ওদের সেকেন্ড প্লেস তো কনফার্ম। ইভেন ওরা খেলছে সাউদাম্পটনের সাথে, সাউদাম্পটনের লাস্ট হোম ম্যাচ, ওরা অলরেডি রেলিগেটেড। আমার মনে হয় সাউদাম্পটনের মোরাল হাই থাকার কথা ওদের, ওদেরই আসলে হ্যাভ টু শো সামথিং টু দ্য ফ্যান্স। আর্সেনালের কিছু চেতার না সেটাই।
Okay. Samin, congratulations on a very good season, brother. Well done. Thanks for being a very regular since Gameweek 32. Really appreciate it, and appreciate. I hope you will be regular because you were regular before, but then you got very much preoccupied with so many other things that you are doing for FFPB. So I can understand. But yeah, I hope to see you next season as a regular again, brother. And again, congratulations for your marriage, but at the same time, congratulations on the wonderful season. And I will never forget meeting you in a cafe, bumped into you, and it was great to catch up there. Right? Okay, अशरफुल आरिफिन भाई, इसका तो दिमाग सल्टा गया है कसम से, जब से ये फैंटेसी फुटबॉल स्काउट लिया है। परवेज,
রাইট। সালা, বোয়েন, এমবুয়েমো, মার্টিনেলি, সেমেনো, এই
नो साका।
নো সাকা। ইভেন সাকা, আমি সাকাকে এখানে এই গেমে সাকার চাইতে আমি মার্টিনেলিকে বেশি আগায় রাখি, বাট স্টার্ট করলেও আসলে সাকাকে আমি না যায় মার্টিনেলিতে আমি
Interesting call, Parvez. Okay, Ashraful Arifin Bhai is then asking Ashfaq, over to you. We are now crossed the 45 minutes, so be short as possible, please.
Evanilson, Watkins, and Welbeck.
Okay, thanks, Ashfaq. Why can't this comment come up? What is wrong? Okay, there you go. Captain K from everyone. Yeah, my captain would be either Salah or Bowen.
আমার ক্যাপ্টেন এই গেমকে এখন পর্যন্ত সালা।
I would probably go for a differential, but I have not picked who I would go with. But maybe not Salah.
Wow, that's an answer that everybody wanted to hear, Ashfaq. That is an answer everybody wanted to hear. Good answer, Ashfaq. So much thoughts went into that answer. So much. People felt so good about it after listening to your answer. They are like, ei loktakeই দিতে হবে এবার captaincy. I'm not sure whom I'm going with, but maybe not Salah. Thanks, Ashfaq. Very good advice. Ariful Shakir is then asking, Rubayat, over to you.
আমি আসলে আর্সেনাল অ্যাসেটে নতুন করে যাওয়ার মতো আসলে এই উইকে আমি মনে করতেছি না কাউকে খুব বেশি দরকার। আর যদি যেতেই হয় সাকা স্টার্ট করলে সাকা শুড বি দ্য অপশন।
Okay. Guys, you can make it as very short. Let's try to finish it within the next 15 minutes, please, because we are now in the 2 hours mark already. And yeah, let's try to finish it. Yeah. Ariful Shakir is then asking, Parvez, Bournemouth assets suggest, please.
এভানিলসন, কার্কেস, and সেমেনো, এই তিনজন।
Ashfaq?
Pedro is unavailable, so Welbeck to go.
Rubayat, can you answer this one from Sharaf in a very short way?
It is sometime in the last minute goal City Council from Nunes. Am I right to take the risk again? Yeah, I guess double City defense might be a good option. Take both of them in the 11.
Okay, thanks. And then Parvez, this one from Sabit Jaman Bhai.
আমি মার্টিনেলি, বেন হোয়াইট, এই দুজন আর্সেনাল। যদিও হোয়াইট ডিফেন্স, বাট হোয়াইট অনেক উপরে দেয় খেলবে যদি সাকা ওই জায়গাটাতে হোয়াইট অনেক উপরে দেখে। লাস্ট ম্যাচগুলোতে এইভাবেই খেলছে।
Thanks, Parvez. Joel Tariq Bhai is asking, thank you, brother, for all the support. Joel Tariq, for being regular and for watching it. Really appreciate it. You have done well throughout this season. I hope you managed to win something in our league as well. Good luck, brother. And I hope to see you next season again as a regular. Ashfaq, over to you with this one.
I would probably keep.
You would probably keep. I would probably keep. I would.
Question was 2 seconds. The follow up is another 10 seconds. So it's not a short answer, is it?
I would. MD Alamin Chaudhary Bhai saying Trossard কেমন হবে? রুবায়েত?
আমি আসলে আর্সেনালের অন্য কোন অপশনে যেতে যাচ্ছি। আমার মনে হয় প্রসেস স্টার্ট হতে হবে। হাভার্টস যেহেতু ফিট ও
Okay. And then Mohammad Fuad Bhai saying Assalamu alaikum brother, walaikum assalam. And then season শেষ, আপনাদের show miss করার সময় চলে আসছে. Yeah, we'll miss you too as well, Mohammad Fuad Bhai. You've been regular with us for the last 2-3 seasons as well. Really appreciate it, and thank you so much for that. And yeah, hope to see you next season. We'll be coming back with more enthusiasm, more interesting things. So we look forward to seeing you. Naid Al Shujan, for the last time for this season, আপনাদের নিয়ে নতুন করে কিছু বলার নেই। আপনাদের সবসময় বেস্ট। আমার কাছে বাংলাদেশের বেস্ট ফ্যান্টাসি পেজ ঘন ফুটবল, বেস্ট ফ্যান্টাসি কন্টেন্ট ক্রিয়েটার আপনারা। আশা করি নেক্সট সিজনে আরো কন্টেন্ট দেখতে পারবো। সবসময় আছি আপনাদের সাথে। আল্লাহ আপনাদের সবসময় সুস্থ রাখুক। Thank you so much for such a heartfelt message, brother. Heartfelt. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Naidal Shujan, and of course we will see you and we will miss you as well. And I hope we get to meet in person very soon. Yeah, don't worry. Then Farhad Muhammad, my Mita is here. Parvez?
ইসাক আর একটা ট্রেনিং সেশন তাদের বাকি আছে আগামীকাল। মিডিয়া দিকে নজর রাখেন যে সে আসলে ট্রেনিংটা করতে পারছে কি ঠিক মতো, এটা একটা। যদি সে মনে হয় ট্রেনিং করতে পারেনি, দেন রুলড আউট, মানে তাকে আউট করেন। আদারওয়াইজ আমি বলবো যে কিপ করেন শেষ পর্যন্ত।
Okay. Ashfaq, stop eating chips. Best triple captain option. Suggest both players and differential.
Popular would be Salah and maybe Mbuemo. Differentials would be Bowen and Evanilson.
Is that a bingo chips effect? The answer that you gave? It's Lay's, not bingo. Okay, because Teddy Berry uttor dawar pisone I would thought bingo was responsible. But anyway, then Farhad Muhammad follows up with another question. Rubayat?
আমার মনে হয় না মাইনাস নেওয়ার কোনো দরকার আছে, এবং হাল্যান্ড ইম্পর্টেন্টও না আমার কাছে মনে হয়। এর চেয়ে বেটার স্ট্রাইকার অপশন আছে, লাইক ওয়েলব্যাক, ইভানিলসন, বেটার অপশন দেন হাল্যান্ড।
Okay. And then final one from him, Parvez.
ওকে, আমি মার্টিনেলিকে এখানে আগায় রাখবো। মার্টিনেলি আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে ভালো। কোনো অ্যাসেট নাই, যেহেতু ডিফেন্সে একটা অ্যাসেট দিতে পারেন যদি ওইরকম মনে করেন, তো বেন হোয়াইট একটা অপশন নিতে পারেন।
Okay, and this is in regards to Ashfaq's kid when he appeared. So there you go. Farhad Muhammad Bhai, thank you so much for all the support, brother. You've been wonderful, and you have joined us for the last 2-3 seasons. I've been watching your name, and your name has become a sort of a very familiar name with us. So thank you so much, brother. And I hope to see you next season. Shami Mohammed Bhai, good to see you, brother. Ashfaq, can you answer this one?
Put to Evanilson, I would do. De Bruyne to Saka or Gordon, I would not do it for a -4 hit. Maybe for a free transfer, but not for a -4 hit.
Okay. And then Sales or Pickford, Rubayat?
আমি সেলসকে স্টার্ট করাচ্ছি। আমার এরিওলা প্লাস সেলস ছিল, আমি মনে করতেছি সেলস has bigger potential to save, to provide save points.
Okay. Thanks, Rubayat. AKM Fine Bhai, thank you so much, brother. Wonderful to have you, and hope to see you next season. Be with us regularly, please. We appreciate all the support that you have shown throughout the season. Parvez, over to you.
সো উডকে আমি চেঞ্জ করতে যাব না, উড টু এভানিনসন আমি যাইতে চাবো না। উডের ম্যাচ খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ, আই হোপ যে সে ভালো করবে চেলসির সাথেও। বাট যদি আপনার কোনো ট্রান্সফার না থাকে সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনি উড টু এভানিনসন করতে পারেন। কেডিবির ক্ষেত্রেও সেম জিনিসটা বলবো, যদি কোনো বেঞ্চ যদি হয় তাহলে সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনি বাট এই দুইটা ট্রান্সফারে আমি উইদাউট এনি কোনো -4 ছাড়াই যদি হয় তাহলে।
Okay. Thanks, Parvez. Farhad Mohammad Bhai is then asking, Ashfaq?
I would not do this transfer. I would, if you are bent on transferring on 𝐓𝐤𝐻𝐿𝐭, I would not do it for Bernardo Livramento. I'd rather do it for maybe someone like Wan-Bissaka or maybe Wilson.
Okay. I don't think so. I need to answer this anymore because I'm done answering this one. He has spoiled my season and he has spoiled my hope of ever to catch Ashfaq. I had this one hope, 32 Saka triple captain, and it just destroyed me completely. Anyway, then it is Rogers or Isaac whom to play. Rubat?
রজার্স, বাট ইসাক বেঞ্চ করে আসলে কাকে খেলাবেন? যদি ইসাক না খেলে আমার মনে হয় ইসাক তো ওই ওয়েলব্যাক ইভানিনসন গুড শট।
Okay, Parvez?
It's a comment, not a question.
Okay, both Arsenal and West Ham lack motivation compared to Southampton and Ipswich, so I might consider Salah instead. Yeah, not a bad shout. I think Salah has something to play for, and it's a home match, so go ahead. Untu Sarkar, still have my PC, kind of challenging to play it in 38. I don't think so. I played a couple of seasons back when I didn't know Ashfaq as well as I know him right now. I think this was in 2019. Or in 2018, I think, when we were playing it. And I played triple captain on Mahrez on the last day, and Mahrez was benched. And Mahrez was benched, and then he came down, and then he scored 2 goals, and then I kind of lost to Ashfaq, but by just 1 point. And that's something I'm still trying to recover, and I have failed after that miserably. So the problem is with me. And of course, Ashfaq cheats a lot. He checks other teams a lot. That's the problem. Okay, Mahbub Shakik Bhai, thank you so much, brother. Thanks so much for the support throughout the season. See you soon, brothers. Yes, Mahbub Shakik Bhai, we'll see you next season, hopefully. And thank you so much for your support, brother, as well. Ashfaq, can you answer this one?
-4 hit is one thing I don't recommend. Evanilson is a very good shout this week. I would do Isaac to Evanilson, but Mbeumo to Saka, Mbeumo is everything to play for. I would not go there with a -4 hit. But Isaac to Evanilson, I might go there, but would depend on my rank, because if I was chasing, I would definitely go with the Evanilson punch. But if I had already had a good rank, maybe I would keep to Isaac based on early team news on the Newcastle versus Everton picture.
Okay. Alamin Chaudhry Bhai, we'll miss you guys. We'll miss you too, brother. And goodbye for now. Yes, goodbye for now, and see you soon again next season in August, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, whenever the league starts. With new joy, new enthusiasm. Yeah, Hridoy Bhai, thank you so much, brother. I'm with Ghono Football Fantasy from Gameweek 1. Now my overall rank is 7,000. Thanks for your suggestion. Hopefully see you all next season. Appreciate you, brother, and well done on a wonderful season. Great going. Really great. This has been brilliant. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it, and good luck, and I hope you make it to 5,000K. Yeah. Good luck with that one. Then Rubat.
আমার মনে হয় করার কথা, বাট আসলে যেহেতু লিগ করার চান্স আছে, ওয়েট করা উচিত।
Okay, then Ariful Shaka said, miss you, brothers. Have a wonderful time with you all. Thank you, brother. Parvez Bhai and Rubaid Bhai will be missed a lot. Inshallah, we'll see you all next time. It's been a wonderful season, and I have passed. And inshallah, next season I'll be in top in Bangladesh. Hopefully, brother. May your wish come true, Rubaid. Congratulations and deep appreciation for you and Parvez for the deadline show and everything that you have done. So yeah, some recognition right there. Okay, deadline show হবে পারভেজ?
রবিবার আসলে ওয়ার্কিং ডে, সো 50-50 এখনো আমরা ডিসিশন নেই মোস্ট লাইকলি হইতেও পারে, নাও হইতে পারে, 50-50 আমি বলবো। বাট আমরা
You just keep an eye on the page.
Yes, keep an eye on the page.
Okay, although I was absent for most of the season, I'm still going to miss you guys for over the next few months. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to miss you too, brother. Thank you so much for this. Zonal Gameweek 38 not uploaded. I just recorded it, and then we haven't had the chance because we are now still doing this bokor for the last 2 hours. এতক্ষণে এটা না থাকলে আমি কতক্ষণে আপলোড করে টুইটার লেখে সবকিছু পারভেজের সাথে কমপ্লিট করে বলতাম, পারভেজ কালকে অফিস আছে, ঘুমাইতে গেলাম, তুই থাক, আল্লাহ হাফেজ। And then ফুটালোচনা came in between and সব উংলি কাট দিয়া। আশরাফুল আরিফিন ভাই, it's coming tonight. Yeah, আর 1 ঘন্টার মধ্যেই পাবেন। Yeah. And then Maruf Muqtadi, thank you so much for all the efforts, brother. Yeah, thank you so much, Maruf Muqtadi. You've been with us for the last 4-5 years. You've been one of our early supporters, and I have seen you every season. So thank you, and I hope you had a good season, brother. Hope you had a good season.
Did we miss one question, Zaid Hassan?
Did we?
2 questions before.
Saka ki start হবে না, ওটা পারভেজ answer.
ওটা রুবাই
Parvez Rubaid answered.
Okay.
Okay, thanks Ashfaq, for pointing that out. No, good. This is not a joke. This is really appreciated. Oh, sorry. Who's likely to play? Rubaid?
ঠিকই, আমার মনে হয় ভাই ওরা মানে খুব বেশি টাইম পাবে না, যেই খেলবে 60 to 65 মিনিটস হাইস্ট, যেই পাক না কেন। সো এই জন্য আমি আসলে ওদের দিকে যেতে চাচ্ছি না আর কি, বেটার টু অ্যাভয়েড দ্যাট।
Okay. Ariful Shaka says, actually, Suman Khan is my brother, which I have used to comment here. Now I changed it. Sorry for this, brothers. But I always follow Ghono, and no worries, brother. Doesn't matter whom you're commenting as long as you're commenting and interacting, Ariful Shakir bhai, we appreciate that very much. Even if Shuman Khan is a different person and he doesn't watch, for us it doesn't really make a difference. What makes us a difference is you all are watching. That's it. That's all we care about, brother. So thank you so much. And yeah, so next time if I see Shuman Khan, I know exactly what to say. Ariful Shakir. Okay, Rifat Hossain Parvez, what do you think about this?
দুইটা ফ্রি ট্রান্সফার যেহেতু আছে সেহেতু একটা ব্যাপার, মাটেটাকে এখানে আমি ফার্স্ট র্যাঙ্কে রাখবো। মাটেটা, ইসাক যদি ইনজুরি একদম রুলড আউট হয় তাহলে ইসাক সেকেন্ডে থাকবে, এন্ড দেন কেডিবি। আই থিংক যে কেডিবি লাস্ট ম্যাচ হয়তো বা খেলবে।
Okay. And then Zaid Hassan says it was a good journey. Hope for the best next season. Yes, brother. It was a good journey. Good to know you. Good to have fun with you with that Manoj Bajpai thing. Swear on God, Wasipush. Love it. Thanks for taking it so sportingly, and thanks for joining our spotlight. Yeah, really appreciate. Fahim Shariar is then saying, Welbeck, Evanilson or Larson, Ashfaq?
It will be between Welbeck and Evanilson, slightly more Evanilson than Welbeck.
Okay, then follow-up question from him, Rubaid.
Stay with KDB for a second. Stay with you.
Stay with? Okay. Okay, Zawad Chaudhary. Okay, thanks, brother. Jawad Chaudhary is asking Parvez.
It's a comment, not a question.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Al Sharif Bhai is saying Saka or Bowen. Parvez?
Bowen.
Okay, Al Sharif Bhai, you've been new to us this season, so thanks for that. Good luck with the break and see you next season. And I hope you're regularly joining us next season as well, Al Sharif bhai. Really appreciate you joining. You're one of the new followers that we have. So glad that we get to meet each other again on the next show again. Enjoy your break. Jawad Chaudhary is there asking Parvez, what do you think about this one?
না আসলে ডিফারেন্সিয়াল হলো ক্যাপ্টেন এখানে, বাট যদি পান্ট হিসেবে খেলতে তাহলে ওয়েলব্যাকের রেকর্ড কিন্তু টটেনহামের সাথে খুবই ভালো, বাট এটা যতটা সোজা ম্যাচ মনে করা হচ্ছে ততটা সোজা হবে না আমার কাছে। একটা টাফ ম্যাচ। আর এই ম্যাচটাতে আমার কাছে পার্সোনালি মনে হয় যে ব্রেন্টফোর্ড হাই স্কোরিং ম্যাচে যাবে না, একটা গোলও যদি জিততে পারে, অর্থাৎ ইভেন ওরা যদি ড্র করে তাহলেও তারা কোয়ালিফাই। সো দ্যাটস ওয়াই তারা আসলে অ্যাটাকের চাইতে ডিফেন্সে বেশি ফোকাস করবে। দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমি এই পান্টটা নিতে যাব ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ক্যাপ্টেন হিসেবে। যদি এমনি নিতে চাই সেটা আলাদা, বাট ক্যাপ না।
Okay. Parvez, can you bring the next questions, please? I just want to do something.
Sure.
Please.
Sure. Salah to go in or KDB? Second. Ashfaq?
None. I guess none.
Salah to Bowen, no. KDB to Saka, maybe. So yeah, KDB to Saka is something I would do. Salah to Bowen, not really. Rather, I might go with from KDB to Bowen. That is something I might do, but I would definitely want to keep Salah. If Salah scores big, you are not having Salah, then your rank will go down further. And my gut feeling says, or because it's the last match, and still going for a point haul, I think he might do something good in this game.
Even Salah is on European route race, so
right. পয়েন্ট আসলে কত পয়েন্ট, আসলে এটা চাইতে ইম্পর্টেন্ট হলো যে আসলে কত র্যাঙ্কে আছে, এটা একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট। পয়েন্ট ডাজ নট এখানে ম্যাটার আমার কাছে। বাট এনিওয়ে পয়েন্ট, আমার পয়েন্ট হলো 2300 প্লাস 2326 এরকম।
আমরা 2511
আমার মেবি 24 সামথিং হবে, আমার এক্সাক্ট টাইম নেই, 24 সামথিং হবে।
রাইট,
I'm close to 24. Okay, go on.
Comment, just a comment.
Okay. I used to watch the show without commenting. Sometimes I do leave a comment, but I truly enjoy watching your faces. Feels like I'm right there with you guys. Arif Hassan Bhai is saying this. Okay. Thanks, Arif Hassan Bhai. Thank you so much. 37,000 in the world, 250 in BD. Thank you for all your advice throughout the season. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, brother. End of the season. Thanks, brothers, for the great suggestion, especially with the help of Zonal. See you soon, Jawad Chaudhary bhai. Thank you so much for being a Zonal fan. Really appreciate it. Okay. And then he says, end of my debut season with Ghono. Yes, as I said, I think I came to know you this season. Thanks, brother, for the great suggestion, especially with the help of Zonal. See you again soon for the couple of months later. Yes, we'll see you in August again. Yeah, we'll see you in August or maybe end of July. But yeah, until then, yeah, it's been. Yeah, that's it. No more comments, no more contents. It's all done. It's all over. All the interactions, all the funs, all the pranks, all the jokes, all the content making, all the pressure of trying to deliver. It's all done. We can now breathe. And I can tell you one thing. How do I feel about it? I know it's been a tiring and long season, as I've said before. But deep down, I think Ashfaq, myself, Parvez, and Saif, we can say one thing. This is how we feel. Yeah? Ashfaq, do you feel it that way?
Well, not with the watery eyes or something like that. But definitely the season could have been much better, especially since Gaming 35. Uh, made a couple of bad moves and went downhill, and my rank went you know downhill after that. So I relied too much on KDB. So there's that. Anyway, just a game, and at the end of the day, we that is what we remind ourselves, that it's just a game.
Well, I wasn't watery, and I was glad, to be honest, Ashfaq, that the season is coming to an end because, like I said, it's been a long season for me, and it's been a long season for most of us. But and I think this is the first time I felt like, okay, I can't do it anymore. I'm tired. But then, when you get this show, and I was telling you at the end of the show, beginning of the show, like, I'm so happy that it's coming to an end. But then you get these comments, from people, like, all the appreciation and everything. And I think that's when I felt like, oh, wow. Wow. I might have been tired, but there were people who were looking forward to us. And I think, it's different when you have, like today I was really tired. I'm still tired, and I just didn't want to do the show, and I would have avoided the show had it not been Gaming 38, but I still did it. And I was like, okay. And I was telling Rubaiyat, sorry, Rubaiyat, if I have to be like this. I was telling him, like, I'm sorry, I sound very non-enthusiastic, bored, dead, tired, reckless, rude, impolite, all the negative things that you can use. But then at the same time, I was like, and then I read these comments and I was like, wow, okay, thanks. At least there are people who are looking forward to us. Yeah. I can't thank enough you, Parvez. Really, I can't thank you enough. Without you, I think we all admit that without you, it's impossible to do everything that we do. You're the one who's the real engine here. You're the battery. If you look at Tesla, Bangladeshi Tesla, which is currently ongoing in Dhaka Street, you are the battery. Yeah, you're really the battery that drives us. Yeah, and if you really look at that locomotive, diesel engine, or whatever you want to call it, you're the coal. You're the diesel. You're the fuel. You're the powerhouse. You're the engine that drives, and we just come here and just even to talk, we are tired. Ashfaq at least is tired all the time. He doesn't want to talk at all. He doesn't like talking at all. He's a very quiet guy, very prompt answers, not precise. Like
Ghono football to be called, Parvez and Friends. There's a petition going on.
Yeah, please do. If you think you all want to change the brand name, I have no problem with it. But
yeah,
his effort, and I think everybody understands that. And I think Rubaiyat has realized like how this man does it. This season, Rubaiyat has realized how this man does it is something that nobody knows, but he just does it. Rubaiyat, what do you say?
আপনি তো বলেই দিয়েছেন ভাই, আমি আসলে নতুন করে কি অ্যাড করব? Lack of words.
No, anything you want to say, about it, anything. You don't have to add anything new, but you can share your experience.
That was the first season. আমি তো আসলে আগে কমেন্টে থাকতাম আর কি, অন বোর্ড হই নাই। সো দ্যাট ওয়াজ দ্য ফার্স্ট সিজন। স্পটলাইট করছি, ফুট আলোচনা করছি, দেন ডেডলাইন শোজ করছি। আমার মনে হয় বাকেট লিস্টে অনেক কিছু অ্যাড করে ফেলছি, অলরেডি করে ফেলছি, টিক মার্ক দিয়ে ফেলছি। আপনাদের সাথে মিট করছি, সো জুরা মাংস খাইছি, সো did a lot of things and looking forward to make more memories with you guys. I really enjoyed the season with you guys.
No, we enjoyed having you. I was surprised. I still remember when Parvez told me Rubaiyat wants to join us, and I was like, what? Which Rubaiyat? And he's like, FFPB Rubaiyat. Why would he leave FFPB and come and join us and do the shows for us? And like, no, he's serious. I was like, ভালো করে check কর. I was like, না নাদিম, আমি কথা বলছি. And he was really assuring me, and I would just, for me, it was difficult to believe that you are joining us or you're planning to do the shows with us. So yeah, thanks Rubaiyat, thanks for that. And You've been regular, and I want to thank another person who's been very regular with our show is Muqtadir Bhai, right? Muqtadir Bhai, right?
Yes,
That's what we call him. Yes, Adit Muqtadir Bhai. So I was not wrong when I called his name Muqtadir Bhai, right? So I was anyway. No, but I want to thank him because he's been another guy who's been. There are many people this season we have come across who have been very silent but yet very supportive, and I just wanted to recognize that. And I think this is the day to do it because I don't know next season. You never know. Things might change. What will happen? I don't know. But we would love to continue this way. That's the thing. But yeah. So Muqtadir Bhai, thank you so much. And then there is Ashraful Arifin Bhai. I just have to thank him as well. And then there is Akib, who's done a tremendous job. And there is Nahid, who's done a lot of jobs as well. So thank you so much, Nahid Al-Shujan and everybody. And all of you viewers, yeah, thank you so much. And Saif is not here, so I'll speak on Saif's behalf. I wish it was a season which Liverpool didn't win. But yeah, Liverpool won, so Saif is now in a different level altogether, just doesn't like us anymore. Right, Ashfaq? He doesn't like us anymore. Now he thinks he's upper class, right?
Yeah. True. I couldn't have put it more precise.
Anyway, audience, thank you so much, and we're going to miss you, and we will see you next season with much better content, much better leagues, and much better organizations, much more transparency. Of course, we will keep the fun, we'll keep the shows, we'll do everything. But yeah, we'll try and make it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more interesting. You have shown us a lot of support. You have shown us a lot of love. We want to repay that love next season, and we want to come up and design a league that will be meant for you only, not for others who doesn't watch the league. It's not meant for them. It's only meant for people who watch the league. So we are thinking of it, and yeah, there will be much more fun. But until then, take this break, enjoy your family time, enjoy the Eid, enjoy the summer, enjoy the mangoes, enjoy the lychees, and whatever you need to do, just reconnect with your friends. Because of FPL, perhaps you couldn't reconnect with your girlfriend if you have. That's a right good time. And then Ashfaq is showing me his finger. Basically, he's telling me, 𝐓𝐲𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐲𝐻𝐿𝐲. That's what he's trying to tell me.
I'm asking you to meet your members as well. That is what I'm asking you.
My
Take
members?
your own advice. Yeah.
Which my members? What members I have?
The show's members. I'm asking you to meet your show's members. I'm
Oh.
asking you to take your own advice.
Ashfaq, I'm a guy who meets you about every year thrice. I think that's more than enough.
Yeah, you couldn't take 3 times.
I shouldn't have said it. Sorry. It came out very wrong. I know it came out very wrong. No, Ashfaq, no. I mean, basically, you and I and Saif, we work in the same zone, but I think our time zones are completely office time zones are really bad. But we'll meet, Ashfaq. We'll meet, and I think Parvez might come after Eid, so perhaps that could be a good opportunity to meet as well, or maybe we will just meet without him if he's not coming to Dhaka. But yeah. So thanks, Rubaiyat. Thanks, Parvez. As always, grateful to you. Thanks, Ashfaq, for being my guiding soul, for being my lighthouse, for keeping me on my toes, for correcting my mistakes, and for all the leg pulling that you do, which always makes me, think about creative ways to make fun of you as well. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm telling you all that adjective. Sorry. But yeah, and I'm going to miss Saif's cold, calculated, very shrewd, brutal thinking when it comes to FPL. The whole world talks about something, he's something, and he happens to be right. I will never forget Saif's Gameweek 24 decision. I was challenging him, and he said Salah triple captain option is the best option. I don't play assistant manager. And no matter how many arguments I put forward, he said, no, bhai. Triple captain Salah is the best option. not assistant manager. He did it. I was wrong, and I admit it. So there you go. Those are the people then. Those are the kind of folks we have. So thank you so much. Everybody enjoy your break. I'm getting emotional. No more videos coming again. But on that note, there's something that people have asked Parvez to talk about. So 𝐲𝐢𝐬𝐿 is asking Parvez, can you say?
বলার মতন আসলে কিছু নেই। আমাদের এই সিজনটাতে আসলে একদম শুরুর দিকে যদি বলি যে শুরুর দিকে কিন্তু আমাদের টোটালি কমপ্লিটলি ঘন ফুটবলের একটা অফ হওয়ার খুবই স্ট্রং পসিবিলিটি ছিল, যেটা আমরা মোটামুটি অফ হয়ে গেছিল। বাট সামহাও আমরা সেখান থেকে আসলে কারণ প্রত্যেকেরই আসলে প্রফেশনাল লাইফটা এতই বিজি হয়ে গেছিল যে বলার মতো না, বাট সামহাও ওখান থেকে আমরা কাম ব্যাক করছি। যে আমরা তখন স্টপ হয়ে যায়নি। আমি মোটামুটি নাজিম ফুললি কনফিডেন্ট ছিল, মানে মোটামুটি কনফার্ম ছিল যে আমরা ফুটবল অফ করতে যাচ্ছি। বাট সামহাও আমরা অফ করি নাই। বাট এটার জন্য ধন্যবাদ হলো নাদিমকে ফার্স্ট অফ অল, এন্ড আশফাক এন্ড সাইফ, এই দুজনকে তো অবশ্যই। ইভেন প্রণয়কে আমি এখানে একটা ভালো ইয়া দিব যে প্রণয় আসলে আমাদের যে থটটা আমরা ওখানে নিয়ে আসছিলাম তারপরে আবার আমরা শুরু করছি। এটা একটা। দ্বিতীয়ত হলো যে আমরা যখন স্টার্ট করছি হয়তোবা আমরা ট্রায়াল ভার্সনে কিছু দূর আগায় গেছিলাম, তারপরেও হয়তোবা বন্ধ হওয়ার চান্স ছিল। বাট আপনারা যারা ভিউয়ার, এরা আসলে আমাদেরকে এই জায়গাটাকে ঘুরে নিয়ে আসছেন যে আমরা সামহাউ ফুটবল সামথিং লাইক আমরা একটা ট্রায়াল ভার্সনে দিয়েছিলাম যে 1 থেকে 4 গেমিংয়ের মধ্যে যদি আমরা কোনো রেসপন্স না পাই দেন আমরা কুইট করব ফুটবল। বাট যতগুলা ভিউয়ার আমাদের সাথে আছে এবং যতগুলা এই সিজনে যেরকম আমাদের ভিউয়ার বাড়ছে, ইভেন আমাদের টুইটারে আমরা অলমোস্ট 8K তে আমরা চলে গেছি আমাদের ফলোয়ার। এন্ড তারপরে আমাদের সেকেন্ড যে ইয়াটা ছিল সেটা হলো আমাদের ইউটিউবেও আমরা অনেক এবার নতুন সাবস্ক্রাইবার পাইছি। ইভেন ফেসবুক থেকেও আমরা খুব অনেক এনকারেজিং পাইছি। এটার কারণে আসলে আমরা গেমিং 4 এর পর থেকে আসলে ডিসাইড করছি যে না, আমরা অফ করবো না, আমরা আগায় যাবো। এবং এটার পিছনে আসলে আশফাক এবং সাইবের কন্ট্রিবিউশনটা ছিল অন্যরকম। তারা যদি হয়তোবা সময় বের করতে না পারতো তাদের এই বিজি সিজনে, কারণ এই সিজনে আসলে আমি আশফাক এবং সাইবকে স্পেশালি থ্যাংক দিব এই কারণে যে তারা এই সিজনে আসলে প্রফেশনালি খুবই এনগেজ ছিল, যা লাইক তাদের ইয়াটা ছিল অনেক। তারপরেও তো সিজনটা এমন একটা সময় আমাদের শুরু করছি যে সময় আসলে দেশের মধ্যে খুব একটা অরাজকতা ভাব ছিল। খুবই টেন্স একটা অপশন ছিল যা আশফাক এবং সাইব এই জায়গাটাকে আমাদেরকে করছে। ইভেন নাদিমরও আসলে জব ক্রাইটেরিয়াটা এতই বিজি ছিল যে আসলে আমরা স্টার্ট করা মানে হয়তোবা কন্টিনিউ করতে পারতাম না। দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমরা ডিসিশন কুইট করব। বাট সামহাউ 1 থেকে 4 গেমিং এর মধ্যে আমরা যে ভিউয়ার যারা আছেন, আমাদের ফলোয়ারদের যেরকম ইয়াটা পাইছি, স্পেশালি আমি সবার নাম বলবো না বা নাম বলে আসলে ছোট করবো না, সবাইকে আমি বলবো যে যারা আমাদের সাথে আছে স্পেশালি সবাইকে। এবং ইভেন আমাদের সাথে যারা আসলে এই সিজনে নতুন পট করে আসলে আসছে, যেমন আমাদের যেটা রেট মাই টিম, যেটা আমরা সবসময় করে যাচ্ছি @FPL, যেখানে আসলে ইমন ছিল। ইমন ওখানে ভালো একটা আকিব ছিল, ওখানে আকিব সেই জায়গাটা একটা সাপোর্ট দিছে। তারা রেগুলার বেসিসে করছে। এন্ড দেন স্পটলাইট শোতে নতুন যারা শাকের থেকে শুরু করে জাহিদ আজাদের এবং অনেকেই, তানজিলুর রহমান ভাই, সবাইকে আমি নাম বললাম না, ছোট করবো না। তারা যে রেসপন্সটা দেখাইছে এটাতে খুবই ইমপ্রেস হয়েছে। এবং জোনালে আমরা বেথেনিকে এই বছরে খুবই স্পেশালি পাইছি যে সে আসলে প্রত্যেক উইকে একটা উইকেট পর পরে সে আমাদের কাছে আসছে। ইভেন সংকল্প এই জিনিসটা দিছে। এন্ড আরেকটা স্পেশালি আমি থ্যাংক দিব যে আমাদের ডেডলাইন স্ট্রিমে যেটা হলো টিপু ভাইয়ের ইয়াটা ছিল খুবই অনেক ডেডলাইন স্ট্রিমে আসলে নতুন একটা উদ্যমা দিছে, যেমন ডেডলাইন স্ট্রিম নিয়ে আসছি আমরা টিপু ভাই এবং অজিত মুক্তাদির ভাই এখানে স্পেশালি। তখন আমরা আরো নতুন তারপরে অনেকেই আসছে। ইভেন রুবায়েত তখন আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করছে। দেন ইমরান সাইদ আমাদের বিভিন্ন শোর মধ্যে ছিল। সো স্পেশালি আমাদের অনেকের মাথায় আছে এই মুহূর্তে, শেষ মুহূর্তে নাই। বাট আমরা মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট যেটা ছিল যে আমরা গেমিং 1 থেকে 4 এর মধ্যে হয়তো এই সিজনে অফ করে দিতাম ঘন ফুটবলকে। বাট সামহাউ আপনারা আমাদেরকে সেই জায়গাটাতে এনকারেজ করে নিয়ে আসছেন। সো থ্যাংক ইউ ভিউয়ারদেরকে, সবাইকে। আই হোপ যে আমরা নেক্সট সিজনেও আসলে আপনাদের এই ভালোবাসাটা আমাদের সাথে থাকবে এবং আমাদের সাথে আপনারা থাকবেন। আই হোপ যে সবাই সুস্থ থাকবেন। দ্যাটস ইট। আমি এটাই মানে সবার কাছে যাব।
Thanks, Parvez. This is very interesting because you told the truth now. And you made the story and you let us know, but that is the truth. But আমি আরেকটার জন্য থেকে থ্যাংক দিব যে because আমি সবগুলো শোতে পারছিলাম না, তুই আমার সাথে অনেক মানুষের সাথে ব্যাপারে ডিসকাস করছিলি, বাট I forgot to thank them. I only thanked the people that I kept on seeing myself.
Yes, yes.
সো অনেক সময় যেটা হয় যে এই টিপুর সাথে যেমন আমার এঙ্গেজমেন্ট হয় না, সো টিপু মাইট ফিল, আরে ভাই আপনি এত কিছু করলাম, আপনি আপনার একটা থ্যাংক ইউ দিতে পারলেন না, দুনিয়ার মানুষকে থ্যাংক ইউ দিয়ে গেলেন। সো থ্যাংকস ফর দ্যাট পারভেজ। নো, এটা টিপু and others, those if I have missed out anybody and if I have not said thank you to anybody, I actually meant thank you to everybody. But if I have missed out on anybody, don't feel up disheartened.
Yeah.
It's just that you're not, the name is not right now in my mind. That's the reason. It's nothing personal and it's nothing obvious, or we don't think you're not important. That's not the case. Yeah,
এবং
it's just that you're not.
স্পেশালি আরেকজনকে থ্যাঙ্ক অবশ্যই দিব, যে আসলে খুবই বড় থ্যাঙ্ক, যেটা হলো ফ্যান্টাসি ফুটবল স্কাউট, যারা আসলে এইবার আমাদেরকে অনেক এনকারেজিং করছে এবং আমাদের অনেক জিনিসে তারা অনেক রেস্ট্রিকশন ছিল যেগুলা উঠাই নিছে। দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমরা আসলে এটা করতে পারছি। সো থ্যাংক ইউ ফ্যান্টাসি ফুটবল স্কাউট।
Yeah, that is true. That is, yes, and
জাহাঙ্গীরের নাম মেনশন করছি। ইয়েস, অবভিয়াসলি
that
জাহাঙ্গীর তো
is
আমাদের
there.
আসলে ভাই ব্রাদার। সো আসলে সামথিং
No, but I just want to say, I just want to say something about Jahangir, and a lot of people might not know. So আমরা যখন ছোট একটা চ্যানেল ছিলাম, sorry Ashfaq, I'm just taking this a little bit longer than I expect. I know I'll not bother you for the next 2 months. I promise, Ashfaq. I promise you, I will not bother you for the next 2 months. Yeah, really, I promise, and I'll keep my promises. Yeah, I definitely keep my promises. No, just to let you know, but when we were a small content creator and we were first, I think this is 2021 I'm talking about, when we reached out to so many pages and nobody bothered to reach out, and nobody wanted to collaborate, nobody wanted to cooperate, and nobody wanted to support, and nobody wanted to or give us the permission to share our content. And yeah, it's okay, all fine. And Jahangir was the first guy who reached out to us and said, we would like to collaborate with you. And I think that agreement or that understanding with Jahangir kind of led to where we are right now. So forever I'm grateful to Jahangir. I just don't want to tell him thank you and then make him feel like, bhai eto kichu korlam ar apni khali thank you diye par hoye gelen ga. No, that's not how I want to make him feel. I think Jahangir understands how much we care for him, and I think Jahangir knows that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that short story with him. And thanks Alamin Chaudhary bhai for bringing this up. I personally thanked him already, but yeah, that's that. And this is interesting. The last comment, I full season that is true. Anybody wants to vote against it?
এনকিউ ব্যাংক, এনকিউ এই গেমিংয়ের জন্য अवेलेबल এবং এনকিউ এই গেমিংয়ের জন্য একটা বড় থ্রেট।
Now, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, and all the viewers of Ghono Football Fantasy, and all the co-hosts of mine, or co-host of Parvez, or co-host of Ashfaq, or co-host of Saif, we appreciate and thank you from the bottom of our heart. We will see you next season in August. Until then, take care. It's a goodbye from me.
Take care. We'll see you next season. Hope you end the season on a high. Not Nadim Bhai, but everyone else, definitely.
You just have to finish it on that note. All right. Goodbye, everyone.